Start recording.
Hey. Focus, record.
It is recording.
There you go.
There it goes, the shit out again. So, last time on Secrets of the Vermilion Depths, our adventurers had continued their journey from Crodmera towards the Lone Mountains. As in this leg of their journey, they have found themselves amongst the shadow of a couple of hill giants that seem to have accosted them quite a bit. And upon the discovery of such creatures, they decided to turn around and make their escape, which costed them a day, but at least it did not cost them their lives. And as such, they now decided to cut through the woods, the pine woods, near the Lone Mountains, to avoid the giants completely, and hopefully get a new, quicker route towards their destination. And now, you all are getting ready to make your way out. I love the idle pose. It's really good. Take up on your horses, and you start your ride once more. I believe you rolled last time, and you discovered that the weather would be rainy for the day. As you start rolling out, you see...
Sorry, time out. I just saw a mouse in my fucking room and it scared the shit out of me. One moment, please.
Kill him. Get him.
He's not a cat. I don't think he can catch it with his hands. What the fuck do you
He
mean?
can try.
You are
Oh my
underestimating him.
You know that woke him up, though, you know?
Just gotta challenge him a little bit.
He just thinks a good dex check. Sleight of hand.
Roll it real quick. Oh, that's a 1.
I'll roll for the mouse.
Oh yeah. He gets a disease.
Oh, I rolled a 19. It's getting away. Sorry.
Yeah, it totally got away.
I have no idea what I expected to do. It just I just saw it out of the corner of my eye and I was like, oh my god, that's a mouse.
So did you try to catch it?
Not really. I took my headset off, looked at where it was, and then just was like, eh.
So
okay.
a natural 1.
Natural.
Yeah, pretty much a natural 1. Yeah,
So-
that works out.
Yeah.
Checks out.
This all made sense, you know?
To the mouse is 19.
So, as you start rolling out, you see the various different clouds starting to form above, darker, heavier, as rain starts to pour. You grab into your various pieces of armor and clothing that you have, and arm your umbrellas in front of your faces.
Go.
To shield yourselves from the rain as you make your way out. But as for the day, it goes by relatively easily. But I will need a...
It's...
I will... that was fast. I will need a... This is going to be a survival check for today.
Alright, what am I rolling?
This is for anyone that wants to make the survival check, but it's going to be not everyone. I mean, you choose someone that is leading the charge.
I believe today was me, and then the next day will be you, Vile.
Do You go on ahead.
Just a basic survival check.
Yes.
No, Tiny.
And you do it with disadvantage due to the rain. Not
Okay.
really able to pull out the map and look at it and
I got you.
Oh. Okay, what if I...
Very real
Oh,
question.
go
Why
ahead.
not?
Okay, now,
I have a.
I also have something.
Because of the rain and because you're riding on a horse. If you wish to stop, that is what the roll is going to determine.
Oh,
I
okay.
was gonna
Yeah, we have
ask.
umbrellas.
Yeah.
I was gonna
We can't-
ask.
Difficult. The difficult visibility as well doesn't help.
I was gonna ask if I could help him navigate through
That's-
my memory for maps.
With your keen mind feat, I'd say it takes away the disadvantage.
Oh, there's also the Wanderer feat, which specifically gives me a memory for maps.
Then do you wish to be the one to roll?
I
You can
mean,
do
I,
that.
I figure I could help him navigate since he's better at the actual navigation part of it.
Alright, then just a single roll.
No disadvantage.
Oh, you rolled 2.
Yeah, you
Is it
should
just
get.
a single roll?
I'm taking away your disadvantage.
You rolled
by
2
helping
again.
you.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
just
just
roll one.
Just
Do
roll
it again,
1.
just roll one. Nice.
Oh, fuck.
Wow.
So can I choose to roll with the disadvantage, or wait, hold on?
Disadvantage, you'd still.
Am I
take
rolling
advantage.
at disadvantage because I'm on a horse?
You're rolling at disadvantage because of the rain and difficult visibility. And the
Okay, I was
difficulties
just
for
curious.
to use the map. But yeah.
I would
That's
prefer to stick with the disadvantage. Give me a better chance, man.
fuck. Okay. Roll me a D100. You need to put a D10 with it as well. Just roll a D10 as well. Let's see.
Wow.
There's a 50.
That's 110.
What? No, the 10 is to the side.
Oh.
The 10 is to the side. The second number. So that's a 50. All right.
I don't know. It just says 10 on one and it says 100 on the other.
Yeah, it's you need to look. For some reason, the 100, the percentile die doesn't tell you when you scroll over it, so you need to actually zoom in and see what numbers on
So
top. That's a
D10 landed
50.
on a 10 as well.
The D10 going on a 10 is a 0. That's what it counts as.
Okay.
So it's 50.
Okay, I was just curious.
For percentile, that's what it
Yeah,
counts
for
as.
percentile.
So I got 60.
No, that it
It's
counts
50.
as yeah,
Okay.
it counts as 0. Yeah, so it's a 50. There you
Okay.
N-
Now how the hell do I delete these
no.
2 dice?
Sorry, Mats?
Because I think that's a 60.
No, because the 10 only decides what the second number is going to be.
First
The-
number, but yeah.
Uh,
And a 3-digit number, or yeah, the second number, because you're right, never mind, I fucked that
Yeah,
up myself.
you roll the D100 die. It's basically a D10, but it's from 10, 20, 30, 50, 30, 40, 50.
Right.
And then the
No,
D10,
right, but
yeah, the 0, if it was just a D10, it counts as a 10. But if it is used this way, the 0 is
yes.
0. So it's 50. 50.
Then
Yeah, 50%.
Is that not?
sorry, my brain's functioning still.
It's
I know
okay.
I know the exact argument that I have. I'm just trying to put it into words.
Is there a way to delete items? Or is that just a DM thing?
I got it where
I'm pretty sure could look into it.
I want to delete
Um,
my trash can right here. Or
Okay.
delete what's in my trash can right here.
Go ahead, Mats.
The argument that I have for that is because the zeros on the percentile portion of the dice, 0, 0,
Yeah.
Mhm.
functions as the 1 through 10. On the grounds that you can't roll 0.
Yeah, you can't roll
So
0.
a roll of 100 would be 90, on the D percentile
Wait.
plus 10 on the D10.
No, because you're not supposed to be able to roll 0% out of 1 to 100%.
Correct.
If you roll
That
a
is what
0,
this prevents.
if you roll a 0 on the 100 and you roll a 0 on the 10, that's an
That
100.
is 10.
That's 100%.
Yeah, that's 100. Yeah, the 10 doesn't add to the percentile die. It just determines what the second number is going to be. Don't think of it as a 10.
No,
Think
I
of it
know.
more as a 9.
I am aware. I've never heard anyone describe the percentile that way.
Can you delete those so I can get the rest of them out of here and delete the other ones?
I gotta.
I'm very confused.
I can't take stuff out of your treasure, but I can delete it when you pull it out.
It's essentially the same thing as rolling 2 d10s, this determining that one of them is going to determine the first number, and the second one is going to determine the
Isn't there
second
a
number.
D100 that could just be rolled? Yeah.
It's not a
yeah.
100. It's a
All right.
it's a
So,
percentile die.
Oh.
And thank you.
I'm
Kula.
sorry. This is really an unnecessary argument, but I'm committed at this point.
Yeah, that's okay.
All right. So, let's take. I'm using Zad's dice. Let's take a D10.
Yes.
Let's take a percentile. All right?
Mhm.
So you're saying, fucking rotate state. I hate this. I'm
Yeah,
actually just going to have
if
to
you
roll it.
if you pull out a D100 from the bag and hover over it, it explains how it's supposed to work in the toolbar that hovers.
I'm just saying, right? If you're saying that
Mm-hmm.
0 is 100, okay?
Yes.
What are you saying 1 is?
0, 0, and 1 on the d10.
Then what? That just seems ass backwards, though.
No,
Why-
because the way that this works is that you can't roll over 100. So if you go a 100 on
Correct.
the 100 die and you roll a 1 on the d10, that is a 1. So you can't, if you roll a 0, then that's on 100. So that way you
But
can't
just-
roll 0 or 101.
It's basically treating
No,
a roll
I'm
of
aware.
101 through 109 as 1 through 9.
I'm not. I think you're misinterpreting what I'm trying to argue.
We should just move.
We should just move on.
We should. I'm
I'll
just confused as
I'll
to
start making
what
a fucking diagram.
Just that
that'll
way,
help. Let
It'll
me
help
Can
us.
it be
make
a
this
Venn?
small.
Can it be a
Okay,
Venn
okay.
diagram, please?
Let
Sorry.
me assist. God damn it!
And I don't know if
Anyway,
you
what
heard
the
me,
fuck was the
Kula.
number again?
That was a 1. Oh,
What would you say?
that was a 50.
I rolled a 1, and Kula, I don't know if you heard
60.
me, but thank you for doing that for me.
I got you, home slice.
Oh shit,
Slice.
home slice. Oh fuck.
Oh, that's a 50. Okay. Let me do this then.
Getting dark. Oh, I like that.
All right.
If you're doing
Jay,
that,
do
we
you
need
need me to
torch
change the
on the
light
edge of
bulb
the
or
table.
to?
Sorry, Kula?
Jay, do you need me to change the light bulb since you can't reach it, or are we good?
Oh yeah.
Wow. Okay. I'm just
Can you put
gonna,
a torch on the end of each table?
gonna walk my 5 feet 4 all the way
We're
to the
meeting-
bank.
Selene, the goddess of the moon herself.
All right.
Yo, this is wicked. I kind of like this.
You start making your way through the rain, and you're having a lot of trouble with the map. You see there's a dense pine forest with various different hills all around you, and you see one hill that seems to be mostly clear of pine woods, of pine trees at the top of it, and you decide to start making your way up so that you can have a better lay of the land. As you get top of the hill, Zed,
Oh shit.
I would like you to make me a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, great.
With disadvantage.
Oh, great. Even better, huh? Alright, the die is a 15.
An 11.
And that's a plus 4, so 19.
No, you rolled with disadvantage. One of them was an
Yeah, you-
11. Yeah.
You rolled
Okay,
15 then.
Yes.
Yeah, then
15.
I rolled 15. Still. Sorry.
Everyone starts making their way up the hill, and since you are the first one as you're helping Tui with the map, as you cross that horizon atop and you see the light shining through of the moon just peeking over the horizon, your mind flashes. You see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 different moons across the skies. But the middle one, the largest one, the most imposing, looking down upon you, is a white, pallid face.
Anybody that can see Zad while Jay's doing that sees him start filling around at his components, just kind of checking, making sure everything's where it should be. Everything is where it should be, right, DM?
Welcome back.
You start fiddling around with your pockets, and you feel wet all over your body. Liquid, sticky. Look at your hands. The bright crimson, pallid light of the moon shining upon them. And you see almost perfect reflection through them.
At that point, I believe I would start looking around to see if anybody's around.
As you look around in this moment, it almost seems like to drag on forever. You know they are coming, and yet you're filled with despair, feeling that this is never going to end. And your mind starts to jumble. Nothing seems to make sense anymore. The way that you usually think, so precise, always knowing where everything is. And as you start fiddling again with your pockets, you start pulling out things and realizing they're in the wrong place, and you start pulling them back in the right place. And then you
I reach out to the mind of Frenia.
Oh.
Seems I have use. I think I may need you to ground me in this situation.
Hold on. Well, what seems to be the problem?
I'm not totally sure. I was walking with my companions, and, well, I think you can see what's going on.
You're not. You're currently making your way up. But Tui seems to be ahead of you, as he was the first one the top of the hill, but he doesn't seem to notice. Oh, brother. You're always so silly anyways. And you feel yourself, your hands move, almost as if you're possessed. Move over your pockets and change them back. As you're realizing that they were always in the right place. But you just don't know where the right place is anymore. And the voice. There. It's already tiny.
Yes.
So delicious. You see the face of the moon open its massive jaw and pointy teeth with a large, elongated tongue, almost as if reaching out towards you. Give me another wisdom saving throw.
Still at disadvantage, or
No. You made your first saving throw. So
I'm glad I made it then, because that was. And oh man, that's a 12.
you fall down to the ground and start skittering away. This is at the moment that you notice this, Patui. You see, you hear the sound of him falling onto the ground, and you turn around and you see him skittering away. You see his face pale unnaturally. Looking at this moon, and you look at all of the other ones. Eyes slit open. And it's at this moment that everyone else reaches the top. And you see this scene. None of you see the other moons, but you see Zad on the ground.
I'm gonna rush to him and try to see if he's okay.
I'll do the same. I'll jump off my horse and run to him.
I'm going to wave my hands and pull out some berries. I'm gonna pull out some. Oh yeah, I'm gonna magically make some berries appear in my hand and cast Good Berry. And I'm gonna shove a berry in his mouth.
What does a good berry do again?
It just heals for 1 hit point.
And fills
I don't-
you
I
for the
wouldn't-
day.
Yeah,
And fills you for the day.
Yeah.
Yeah. My character wouldn't exactly know what's going on, from my understanding.
If you would like to make a medicine check.
I would actually.
At this
Yes,
point, I'm pretty sure my character just knows it's wrong.
Maybe don't force feed the man on the ground.
Writhing in pain, or skittering, you said?
Yeah, you were essentially dragging yourself backwards.
Yeah, maybe don't
You
put
said
your hand in
a
that man's
medicine
mouth.
check? Medicine check, correct?
Yes. If you'd like to ascertain what is happening.
Man, the moon is eating my memories. That's what I picked up.
Are we all rolling that, or just Patui?
If you would like to also try to ascertain what is wrong with him.
I didn't get it. I got a 9.
I think I'm just stood there with my umbrella,
Ooh.
keeping him
Okay.
out of the rain.
Do you
just
have any
kinda
bonuses to that?
It's 17 plus 2, 19.
19. But two, you make your way towards Zad, and you go down to one knee, and you try to get close to him, but he recoils. And you feel like if you were to touch him, he would get violent. Darian, as you come up from behind on getting onto the top of the hill, you see this happening. You hop off your horse and you run towards him. You also get down to one knee, but you stay your distance as you seem to know a bit more about this trauma episode. You're not sure as to what it is about, but you do know that this man is a man having an episode. Right.
Is it similar to one of mine?
It is similar.
Would I recognize that?
You would recognize it more as something you've seen in battle before with other companions.
Okay.
Mind broken, attempting to grasp at straws. Try and keep sane. That is what you.
As Patui tries to get closer, I'm gonna grab Patui by the back of his neck, back of his shirt, and hold him back and say, "Give him a second." He's not in his right mind.
I'll just continue to stand next to Zen for now. Just wait.
Zed,
Yes.
is there anything you would like to do or say?
So I'm still perceiving the extra moons and the mirror-like blood ichor.
Now it's become one big moon, and all of the other moons turned into massive eyes, bloodshot, dark pupils.
I would like to.
And they can see that moon, right?
They can see only the main moon, but they do not see it the way that you do.
Okay.
As this is going on, can I do something?
Right.
Use divine sense.
Can we get
Mhm.
also
Yes.
while that's being worked on, a positioning of some kind?
That is essentially what is going on. I assume all of the other ones stayed on their horses.
Okay. So where is the moon thing?
The moon is your direction. Yeah.
Where you're facing.
Yeah.
And I'm right here.
Oh,
Milo
I've
hops
never
off his
had
horse.
Where's
Scouts
this
next to his horse
fucking
because I was riding next to him.
15-foot cone? So I would need to step forward this far. Is that still... How far away from the moon am I there?
Well, the moon is all the way in the sky, although
Oh, well, the one that's trying to eat my brain or whatever.
for you, it seems to shift as you move. Doesn't matter where you go. It is
Okay.
always
But
close.
what's the approximate distance then from without that said?
Let's say that we're here. Seems to be lingering.
15. Damn. All right. Well, there went that particular idea. I'll have to look at my character sheet again before I can say anything else.
All right. Milo hops off his horse and shouts out to everyone. Is everything okay? What
He
happened
was
to
doing
Notebook?
the divine sense.
Oh yeah, I was doing divine sense.
You still sense
Wow,
the thing that is what was the name? That is affected by the hallowed spell at his back. But that is about everything that you sense.
Oh, so the thing that's attached to his back.
Yeah.
Okay. There's
Wait.
something. Then I'll mention it to the group that there's something attached to his back. I can sense it.
And he's crawling towards Vile at the moment, or away from Vile.
He's crawling towards. Well, he's stopped currently, but that is the direction that he would go.
I'm gonna
literally just
move in
like
front of him.
following him pace by pace, keeping the umbrella
I'm
over him.
assuming Darian is extremely close to me right now.
Make
and-
me a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
I
can
can't get
do
off the
that.
grid, but I can
If
have to talk about
nothing goes crazy, I can keep asking questions. Is it disadvantage or advantage? Or straight
Just
roll?
straight roll, because Darian stepped in front of the moon.
Okay. Oh my god. Well, there's that. That happened.
Oh,
I'm dead.
fuck.
He just like ate my brain or something.
As he steps in front of the moon, you. Jesus. That's the moon.
That's what happened. Oh no.
As Darian steps in front of the moon, you see all of the other ones. The eyes shift. And they all look to Darian. And then they slowly look back at you. And even though you cannot see it anymore, you can see the rays of light that are casting from his shadow. As you know it is there. And now you're not just afraid for yourself, but also for him.
Do I? Oh, what is that needed? All right. So can I assume that I realize everybody else can at least see something?
No one can see anything. Well, you wouldn't
Oh,
know, but for them, no one can see this.
We see you
Okay.
freaking out and a regular night, right?
Yeah.
All right. Well, I'm gonna still do this because my character's a little freaking out. What's the page number again, so I can make sure I have the right materials? 237. It's on the damn hand now. Forgot about that. Oh.
Mhm.
All right. So I'm going to pull out a pinch of powdered iron
Mhm.
and reach out and touch Darian, basically screaming, "Get it! Please don't let it kill me!" and cast Enlarge on Darian.
Oh. Alright. Required a little bit of space.
I'm gonna reach out for his hand as he does that, not knowing what the fuck he's talking about and asking, "What are you talking about? What's
You're about
happening?"
to find out. Part of it. At least.
As he touches you, you feel you can hear the incantations under his muttering underneath his breath, and as his hand goes towards you, you see a trail of arcane magic as his eyes flare, and you feel your entire body swell, and all of a sudden the perspective shifts as you're all the way up there,
Yeah,
and
you
you
double
see
in
him
size.
all
Is
the
it,
way down.
Real
Yeah.
quick question about Enlarge. Does it include everything on my person?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, good news.
Yes,
Register
that
myself
is-
super large.
Oh, no.
Sorry, equipment.
Every
Not-
equipment.
He's in my pocket. What do you mean?
He's not
He's
equipment.
a living,
I'm
living
disappointed.
being.
However, if you were carrying his rat drums, that would make them bigger.
Yes, it would just make them to regular.
It would just make them drum.
But yes, you are now enlarged. All of a sudden, you feel weird. It doesn't make much sense. Things from this perspective are very strange, and everyone else sees fucking Darian get massive.
If you're
Well,
wondering,
continue.
your benefits you get from this
Yeah, exactly.
are advantage on strength checks and strength saving throws, and you'll deal an extra 1d4 damage on your attacks.
Thanks, sir.
I don't know if it'll come in useful this time. This is more my character's
Yeah, I
legitimately
gotcha.
afraid, but hey, there it is.
So after I've enlarged,
Yep,
I'm gonna be like,
massive boy.
well, I'm gonna look at my hands, look down, like, well, this is new.
It's a kind of magic.
His voice is much deeper now.
I'd really
Well,
like to
this is
say
new.
it's a kind of magic, but I don't think that's what Zad would say right now.
Big boy now.
I look over at
No.
Darius and tell Darius to back off. This is magic. He wouldn't understand.
Me and Jay are finally getting it right, and here comes Patui.
Can I bitch slap Patui real quick?
He falls to the ground.
Okay, perfect, thank you. Anyway,
Fucking.
as Zad is freaking out and I'm enlarged, I'm like, you said, what was exactly you said? Don't let them get me, correct?
Yeah.
Oh,
please
get him.
don't
Or was
It's
it?
Don't let him get me. That's what,
get him.
Oh,
Don't
that
let
was-
him get me.
Yeah.
It's taking my memories or something. I'm not sure
I'm
on that part.
gonna
but
be. Don't let who.
You're gonna wonder what. Let's be honest.
What? Don't let who.
Is Zad still like on the ground?
Yes.
I think he's asking, what does he do?
Don't let him get who. That's what he's asked.
Don't let them get.
Don't let.
Who's trying to get you? Is that clear?
Yeah.
There's nothing. The moon. It has 6 or 5 eyes.
I'm gonna glance back at the moon. Anything?
Give me a perception check.
I sure hope it's something.
Two.
Moon glances back
I'm gonna
at you.
ask.
Hold on, I'm gonna walk forward and then because since I heard him say the moon, and then look over in that direction too.
Perception check. Does anyone else want to do it? That's completely fine.
Yes, there's something I would like to do, but I think I lost it.
Lost it?
Oh, I'm sorry, I rolled a natural.
Yeah, it was on my spell card
What?
hand, but I can't find it.
Oh no.
Kulu, I dropped the enlarge reduce spell card in front
Oh,
of
thank
you.
you.
So you
I
can
just
take
wanted to
the
read it real
time whatever you
Um,
take after the time, yeah.
What is it that you wanted
Okay.
to do?
I wanted to do lesser restoration on him.
Do you need the card?
I don't remember what it does, but I know it allows you to end a status effect or an ailment.
It has
Let me
4
see.
specific status effects.
You touch
give
a
me moment.
creature and can end either one disease or one condition afflicting it. The condition can be blinded, deafened, paralyzed, or poisoned.
Okay. I lost the card. I don't know where it went.
I can make another one
That's
for
the
you.
same thing.
Oh wait, I found it. Never mind.
Oh, okay.
It's basically the same thing as what a paladin could do.
Yes, it is
Yeah.
actually. Exactly.
Just a little bit
Except
more
druids
powerful.
can do it a little bit sooner, essentially.
Yeah.
Is he affected by any disease?
What was with the medicine check you made earlier? You have no idea.
I'm still gonna.
All right.
And just so y'all know, there was a plan for me busting out the enlarge spell on Kulu. We were supposed to be in the middle of a fight. I was gonna do it through my familiar. But no, let's scare the crap out of the wizard.
Oh yeah, we could have used that against those giants, huh?
That was actually the plan. I had Pete already on Kulu.
Oh
For
no,
it.
Kulu. While he's doing that, can you slide Jimmy's hand over to the left a little bit?
Oh, you mean Kulu? Can you please slide the hand, the box that is where my cards hang out, to the left?
Jimmy's. Yeah. So that's not on my side.
Patui, you lean down towards Zad and you attempt to place your hands onto him, and you're only able to do so for a split second as he recoils, but you do get your spell off. As Zad,
Please tell me something.
make me another wisdom saving throw with advantage.
Okay.
At least it's with it.
Okay. Yeah. I'm.
The DM might have to do it.
I've just had like an 8, and then a natural 1, and dogs.
Hold up.
Can't move
Vile
hands.
was
Yes.
trying to look at the.
What's his
the spell card.
hand?
What's his hand?
Wow.
Wow.
I was just
Okay.
trying to get Jimmy's hand to move over to the left a little bit, so it's not on my side of the table.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, I was trying to what?
The dice.
Didn't you say
hate
you?
me.
Didn't you say you were looking at the moon with me?
Yeah, I looked up, but I
Hey.
rolled a natural one, so we don't have to worry
Okay.
about that. So
It
I'm
doesn't
gonna
really
ask if
matter.
anybody else saw anything
Is that good?
or knows what he's talking about.
That's perfect.
I'm
If anyone else
I'm
wants to look, you can look because you all heard him saying the moon. He practically screamed it.
the moon. So
So
is it? I guess it's just mean.
can I get new dice and
Darian.
reroll?
What did?
I am.
Oh my god.
Oh, did that do anything?
Can I get new dice and reroll, DM? Can I throw
They're
these
not
away?
even real.
Nah, man, you got to go with it and then just get new dice.
I'll go
man.
with it. No, you're fine. I'm getting new dice. These
What
are
is the
both
total?
going away.
Did
The
Les
8 is plus 4, so 12.
That is, thankfully, good enough for
Ooh.
something.
Hey,
You,
Better than a natural 1.
as you see Darian's
Covered it
form
up.
enlarge, and him turning around and looking behind you, you feel a bit more of a sense of safety as you slowly start getting up and getting your thoughts together. Your key mind feature for the remainder of this journey no longer works.
That's fine.
You... This is for later. Everything for you now seems to be jumbled. Your mind doesn't work well. That fear that you had just seems to be getting ever so closer. A constant fear of time running out. Did anyone else roll for perception?
So the,
Uh,
No,
I
it's
don't-
just me and Darian.
I'll roll it.
Alright, go ahead.
so it was just me. So the moon is gone, or
You can't see it behind Darian, and the eyes seem to ever so slightly shift and fade into the background. You see the stars once again.
I'd like to peek around Darian.
Oh, we got perception from Lila and who else?
Patui was going to.
like I've been trying to say, I've just been kind of squatted down, trying to look in like Zad's eyes, umbrella up above him, just seeing if he's acknowledging me at all.
You're looking at his eyes.
Yeah.
You see, even though Darian is in front of him, and even though it shouldn't be this way, his pupils are completely white,
That's 16,
almost
by
like
the way.
a perfect reflection of the moon.
You mean that's completely normal?
Sorry, how much, Patui?
16.
Yeah. If Lila got in front of my face, my character would notice that though. Still, right?
Now you would. Now that you're starting to
Just-
get up, you
Because
start
to be honest,
noticing.
I missed Mott saying that Lila did that.
It's okay.
Yeah, me too.
Every time I tried to speak, I was cut off, so you
I am
didn't so much miss
So
it.
sorry. If
It's
it was
okay.
any of it my fault, I'm sorry.
There's a lot of stuff
It was.
happening.
But yeah, I would have definitely noticed Lila. Hi. uh,
Patui,
yeah.
for the first
Yes.
thing, you looking out over the hill, you do not see anything wrong with the moon per se, but you do, being in tune with nature and knowing the cycles of the moon, you do know that today was the first day in a while since the moon was full. But that is the only correlation that you can make. But with your perception check, looking over the pine forest, you see light. Warm, orangish light coming from a little ways away. The front, and the rain just continues to pour over everyone.
I point this out to the rest of the crew and explain there may be shelter from that direction. Maybe we can seek shelter for the night.
I think it's
Uh,
I agree.
I think we need to maybe see what Zad's doing first.
Bring him with us. He might need to get out of the weather.
This weather isn't good for anything.
Yeah, Zad's gonna be fine with getting out of the weather or us moving on.
I'm assuming most of you have your
It's-
umbrellas, and Darian has a tiny umbrella.
I
And
have.
yeah.
Hey, his umbrella probably grew with him. To be fair,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, true. Yeah, it's a massive umbrella.
I have
so
mine.
I'm standing-
I was
on
standing
right
on
now.
Hold on. What you said, Moss?
enlarge, reduce, last a minute, and mods.
Yeah, I assume Lila is using her umbrella to cover Zad because his fell
Yeah,
to the ground.
I have mine. I also I picked his up. I'm
Yeah.
using it to help.
Milo is just covering his head with his own coat.
Zad would still absent-mindedly pop his open, sopping wet and stupid right now.
Gobus comes
Not
to
even think
your
about
side.
what
I'm
he should
gonna-
do.
I'm gonna ask Zad if you want to go make camp or stay here.
Technically the same option.
Well, okay, fair enough. I'm gonna pick you up with one hand and put you on your horse. Thanks, little buddy.
Gobus comes through to your horse. Zad, are you alright?
I do believe I'll be fine, but we may have to spend some time with me a little under my usual capabilities.
For everyone else, that sounded very slurry, the way that he said things, and he seems to be jumbling his words a lot.
Yeah, I was
Having a
trying
lot
to
of
stutter it
difficulty.
out on purpose.
Yeah.
For the same effect.
That's okay, Zad. We're all broken.
We need to get you to
No,
safe place.
I am saying used to this isn't the right word, but we can travel. I can assure you that much.
Let's go then. Who was it? Patui. Patui, what did you say about a place?
Just to make it where everybody can see it, I'm gonna cast the. That'll make sure I have the right one. One moment.
Over here, actually. Right past a little bit.
I'm gonna cast the hawk spirit totem,
All right.
and point in the direction of the fire or the light that I see, and tell them, if you look a little bit hotter, you might see it. You might see it off in that direction.
All right. You see a bright white hawk. It does say eagle, but don't worry about it. Let me just fix that. It's a hawk now.
And it gives everybody advantage on perception checks.
Yes. It flies overhead as he finishes his incantations, and you feel your mind get clearer as you look almost through the rain and the slow mist that seems to be gathering. And you do all manage to see, now that you pointed out, the bright orange light in the middle of the pine forest.
So, this is out of character. I want to ask. So the choice is we push on towards the bright orange light, which is possibly either a town on fire or a city.
Yes.
It is
Or a
very small. You do not believe it would be anything bigger than anything big enough to be a village or a city,
So possibly like a
Messaging.
hunter's lodge in the middle of the woods or a hunter's cabin
possibly.
is what I would
Okay.
probably say.
I just wanted to make sure everybody was clear on what we're.
Well, it's a light source, so
Yeah.
if it's
All right.
somewhere to stay or go, Should go.
Maybe it's their friendly assassin guild again.
I was gonna say we must be on our guard.
Then we'll kill him if we have to and take the spot for the night.
That sounds like a plan, or at least the beginnings. All slurred and muddled. I have a hard time keeping stuff like that up.
With
Okay,
Zad,
then,
with Zad incapacitated as he is, I suggest we put him in the middle of the pack, and
I'll take the lead with whoever.
yeah, I'll be up there with Vile.
Okay, so me. Okay, and then I'm assuming Darian wants to be next to maybe Lila.
Yep.
All right.
Oh, flip that.
Oh.
Lila doesn't go on the outside.
Oh, it's
She's squishy.
So, you start making your way down the hill, and you see the light vanish through the peak of the pine trees, and now the light of the moon just gently shining through the leaves. As even though you did not see what he saw, it seems to instill a bit of a fear into you that you brave through and start walking in the direction of the light. About halfway away, is there anything that anyone would like to do on the way?
I would like to keep an eye out the entire way. Actually, I would like to, just for it, use Wild Shape and shape into a giant wolf spider
Okay.
and stay about 20 feet off of the rest of the party and traveling slightly ahead to see what's going on. And I would like to be using the trees if I could.
Alright.
So who's riding your horse?
I'm gonna hand the rein. I'm gonna look over at Viola. Would you mind taking the reins or leading my horse forward a little bit?
No, of course. I'll get off my horse and just walk my horse since. Oh wait, no, because if you're getting off your horse, then I'm assuming.
You could literally just tie my horse's reins to your horse and lead it.
Okay, cool. Then I'll just do that.
You said a wolf spider or a giant wolf spider?
Giant wolf spider whose CR is 1/4.
There you go.
Okay.
Alright.
Because a regular giant spider is CR1.
Yeah. Alright. As you start getting through and you make your way faster, with your many eyes, you look and peer through the various different trees, and you see the light getting closer and closer, and you can catch a glimpse of a hanging lantern aside a big shack, a cabin of sorts.
All right. I want to fall back a little bit and tell the rest of the party that there's a cabin up ahead with one lantern lit.
Are you talking in the wolf spider voice?
Then you know.
Exactly.
Can I use my claw to write cabin ahead?
Nice, that works.
Okay.
The dirt is quite muddy. You can make some very nice drawings. Yes. You all received this message.
Looks like it says cabin.
Nothing.
We either knock on the cabin door or we make camp away from the cabin.
So DM, at this point, I would like to kind of like stand up on my back two legs and kind of transform back into my elf shape.
Alright.
I'm gonna look at you and be like, "Can I get poison from you when you do that?"
I don't think you could, but I do suggest at least two of us go ahead and scout out the cabin just in case. And somebody
I'll
should.
go.
Pull out
Snuffles.
Mhm.
If anyone's
If you were just gonna transform back, why did you take the time to write as a spider?
I forget that your kind doesn't necessarily understand the speech of the wild or the nature.
Eh.
Look, he's wise, not smart.
Noticed.
Got a point.
Well, that book makes you feeling better to be making wisecracks again. I like it.
You know, I'm only 65. For an elf, I'm still fairly young.
As
So-
you continue to make your way, who decided that you're going to scout?
I'll scout.
I'm not gonna
Everyone.
leave the rather squishy alone.
All right.
That's me. I'm
Vile.
the rather squishy.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot of rather squishy right now.
I'm
I
gonna get off
suggest
my.
the wolf
I keep-
spider goes with him.
I'm gonna get off my horse and start sitting up camp and be like, I'm used to sleeping under the stars anyway, and just start doing basic. I'm not gonna worry about the centipede. I'm just gonna do like check my components. Just very little basic preparations for bed.
Dude, you look bomb as fuck on that horse.
All right.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah, he does. All right.
If it pans out, I can just pack up and we'll go to bed in there. If not, then
Let
my
me-
camp's already set up.
Swap out.
Son of a bitch. Hold on.
It's a
Uh,
good try.
It's all right.
I respect. Oh
Swap
no.
out Snuffles for Solara. Say,
I just need to do this.
I don't think it's a good idea that we intrude upon their cabin. Again, if we're so worried about being hunted, the last thing we want to do is draw unwanted attention to these innocent people.
I don't disagree, but they're already on their way. We're just kind of here waiting if they call for help. And hoping that the situation is better than that. Slurred and I can't. I feel terrible at RP right now.
Don't worry about it.
Because I know I should be in a more fuddled state, but I don't
I got some alcohol if you need it.
I don't drink and you know that.
I'm gonna show that like my horse is kind of antsy, like it wants to run, and then say this is taking too long. We should make a decision now. Are we going to the cabin?
Oh, I thought you already were, to be honest.
Yeah, you're
Well,
going off.
I thought it was.
ahead.
Oh, I already ran off, so it's just me by myself then.
I thought it
Yes.
was
No,
you.
I'll go with you. If I was just waiting to see if anybody else was gonna go.
Okay.
as malted. Sorry, Zad replies, I'm gonna just chime in. Those two are rather hot-headed for.
An infiltration
uh,
mission?
Yeah.
Because that's what it needs to start as. Make sure they're a friendly sort before you introduce yourself. But, you know,
I have yet to seen them act with tact.
yeah.
At least I know I can't do it.
Should
That's
we
why
just
let
all
Lila
go
speak for us.
then?
I'd still advise leaving these people alone. The longer that we linger,
But
the
letting
less-
those two go by themselves may be worse than just all of us going up there.
then let's collect them and leave.
Or look
I mean,
back
we
at
can't
Kobos.
shout. It would
Yeah.
defeat the purpose.
Val is ahead, and so is Batui, I assume.
Yeah.
Correct.
All right. Let me grab.
Or look back at Kobos. Any opinions on this?
And be quick.
I do believe that
We only have
scouting
so
out
long
is
before-
smarter. This is what I have you all here for. You're the experts.
True,
I
but-
wouldn't mind warning these people if we truly think they are in danger due to our proximity.
Could also be possible that they're a part of the danger is the issue that also comes up.
I don't think they're in danger so long as we don't interact with them. That's the issue.
Okay, then. Who's quick and quiet? They need to move now to get to the boys.
Fine. I'm gonna hop off. Actually, did they ride over there?
They rode, yeah.
Oh,
That's up to
God.
them. That's up to you guys if you want to ride in.
Yeah, I suppose I need to know if
Yeah,
Lyle on his horse and Patui rode cock over there.
I wouldn't assume you'd get this close with the horse. It's just how the map is made. So, Vile and Patui, horse, no horse.
I'm assuming horse, just because it's a little easier to track with.
All right. What?
Yeah, I went on horse.
All right.
If they
Go
went on
horse.
horse, I'm gonna quickly, upon this decision that we've made, ride on after them.
As Lilac goes, I'm gonna go like, oh, not again. And follow her.
I'm gonna get on my horse. I guess I'm just gonna pack up my stuff. That whatever I happen to have gotten through along this conversation gets packed
it
back
quick.
up and goes with me.
Do it quick. We're going in unprepared again.
Yeah, but if I don't have some of this stuff, I'm always unprepared. So yeah, that's all I'm doing. Grabbing whatever I happen to have been able to put out during the conversation and running with them. We're all going. I'll be the last one to arrive.
Love the trees.
Thank you. I hope
But
you.
Pete,
Can you guys see the mist?
is riding on
no.
Darian's neck.
I'll be honest, I can't see a whole lot of anything because of nighttime mode.
True.
True story.
Really? I can see things quite well.
It's kind of painful.
Could you make it a little less nighttimey?
Let me.
Could the moon? There we go.
Oh,
Ooh.
that's so much better.
There you go.
It is a full moon, so.
Yeah,
It's a
the
full moon
mist.
in the rain.
That is what I'm wondering because I tested it out earlier, and for some reason, if I changed the color, it didn't work.
I'll be honest. I feel like the environment buttons, even when you had them exposed, just didn't work.
Oh,
Whoa,
there
it is. Sorry.
They are.
That's
Oh
wicked.
god, that's so cool.
Yeah, it kind of is. I have to admit that's pretty cool.
Just leave it there. There you go. No one see the
Damn,
thingy there.
this dude decides to use the mist button now, but not the rain button when it was raining. Come on,
Oh
Jay.
fuck! It is still raining. Hold on. I forgot that I have a rain button.
Uh-oh.
I don't want to lag anyone.
don't break it.
Lag
Don't break
me.
it.
Please don't break it.
There you go. Can you see the rain?
No,
Nope,
it's
nope.
still just missed for me.
Hold on.
I think we should just leave it as is, and then.
There's
Oh,
the rain.
oh, let's go.
Oh, it has a
Let's
much
go.
smaller range for you guys for some reason. I can see it all across the map.
Let's go.
There you go.
Let's go. It's so cool.
The rain went away for me. Oh wait, I think I see it now. Now
It's only
small,
on the
though.
board.
All right.
Sorry
You-
for coughing like that.
The two of you make your way through, and I'll need perception checks from the both of you.
Okay.
Glad you guys like this. Took me a while to get this working, but now I know how to do these.
Looks good.
How
Improv.
far into the beginning of the day is it? Like, are we on the second half, third portion of the day?
That was a lot of numbers. You could say that currently is reaching over 7 p.m.
All right. Has it been up to 16 hours since we got up this morning?
Since you got up this morning. I don't.
No.
So no.
Okay.
That was
more than 8.
Get up at 1 a.m.
That was more than 8. Yes.
More than 8. Okay. I just need to know how many spell slots I've expended already. I'm making sure everything's right before this starts.
All right.
Um,
I'd assume it's just 2.
2 first level and 1 second level.
Alright.
Because I wanted
Yeah,
Kulu
enlarge,
to fight
yeah.
the moon.
like, yeah.
Fair.
Oh my god.
Walter, I'll fight the moon anytime for you, okay?
Thank you.
Oh. Wow. Your perception check.
Oh, I wanted to say before I'm saying I rolled a 6, but I want to say that it's probably just because of the fact that I'm following, because I didn't know where this cabin was.
Right. Okay. So, you two start riding your way there and start slowing down as you get close to this house. And the closer you get, the more you see the disrepair around it. And it's almost as if you can see atop the roof. There's definitely some leaking inside of the house. You
But
do
it's
see
lit up.
you do see light inside of the house.
Sorry.
The wood slightly cracked, old, some of it slightly rotten. The door swinging with the wind.
I would like to slow down really fast and then turn towards.
Slow
and
down
just
really
say-
fast. Go ahead.
Well, just
Yeah,
like
I know.
kind of pull back. This doesn't look very safe at all.
Alright, but it will get us out of the weather for a little bit.
Yeah, but what's in there?
Well, we can go and knock on the door, or we can wait, or we can go back and get the rest of the party with us.
I say we wait here. Different.
Alright.
I'll get off my horse and just kind of stand by it.
As you wait, you do see the others making their way. It was just the three of you. And Milo decided to stay back to be with Gobas.
Yeah.
Did you take Ono with you, Patui?
I believe he's normally always on me unless we're in combat.
Alright, there you go. Alright, you all arrive and you see the two of them standing on the side, waiting for you. And you see the same house.
Are there any other horses around here? Like, is there...
Any other what? Horses?
Yeah, like anything that somebody would use to ride around here? It's visible?
You do not see any horses around. No.
So Zad, seeing them waiting on us, would assume he did the right thing and cast a message on the way to let them know to not do anything else until we all got here. He assumes this because they were just waiting already. And of course, what was that? A 15, a 12, a natural 1, and a 12 on all the
Yep.
wisdom checks.
Yep. It's
God.
it's real bad.
Yeah, man. 15 was my best roll for all of that.
One of you doesn't seem to need to help Zed with his horse, as he seems to often run him off course and almost hit against a tree. You just tug on the leash and help him through.
Yeah, it's taken a lot of what I've got to keep my mind in order so that I can function properly. Motor skills aren't working right. At least not the fine ones.
As soon as everyone shows up, I'll point towards the house. Looks like home. What do you think?
If by that you mean somebody else's, then yes.
I don't know if it's anybody else's home. Do you see the... Oh, should I do we have done a perception check as well?
Yeah, out of curiosity, was the light? Is there any light coming from inside the building? I know there was the lamp outside, or the lantern.
You see
outside.
the lantern outside and out. Let me grab one of you. I'm gonna grab Ono over here. Out this way, you do see a little bit of light cracking through some windows. Do you see where I pointed? Oh yeah, I can just do what was the button? Tab.
Okay, so with my friendly gesture or my friendliness, I'm gonna go up to wherever the door is, and I'm just gonna knock on the door.
Okay. Can we do perception checks? Those of
Wait.
us that just arrived.
Wait.
Whoa.
Do you say it? Alright.
The entire point of me coming here was to tell them fucking not to do that.
Alright, he's on his way there. You hear Lelis telling you to wait.
Well, there's no point in waiting out here when we can be inside nice and comfortable.
There's also no. I'm gonna cast message and say there's also no point in starting a fight we shouldn't have.
Why is my horse's name Cock?
Your horse's name has been Cock since last session. I've made several jokes about it.
Session before. Session
Yeah,
before.
It's like we first got the horses.
No, it was last
actually.
session.
It was
Last
like
session.
when we got the horses, yeah.
Oh.
I would know. I'm the one who named it that.
Everyone changed their horse. All of our horses were Cock.
Yes, I changed
Of some
every
kind.
horse's name to some variation of penis, except mine, who I named completely normal horse.
And then
Good
I
job.
renamed mine Girl Scout Cookies, and then
Mine's
now I've
Scout.
renamed it Fruity Pebbles. I don't know what it'll be next time, but for now it's Fruity Pebbles.
Anyway,
Go ahead.
yeah, Patui said, "Hey, no sense waiting out here, and we can wait in there." I'll say, "You're doing," kind of just frustratedly clench a fist. And I'll say, "Patui, if you think that there are people in there, do you think that they're good people, innocent people?"
I mean, there's no reason not to believe that they would be.
Agreed. Do you think they deserve to be caught up in whatever absolute disaster fire that's been following us?
Maybe not, but we also don't know if there is anybody in here. Let's just look on the door and see what happens.
I do
Our
agree
presence
there's
is a liability, Patui.
Yes, but sleeping outside is also a liability. It leaves us more open. And we may be being followed right now, but who knows what is in these woods.
Go silent for a bit. Look to see how everyone else is looking at this conversation.
I'm gonna say whatever you think here, Lila. I will back you.
I'll just be petting the horse.
I mean, at least over half the group showed up to not do that.
I don't disagree. It would be delightful to have a roof over our head. I've gotten rather tired of this rather quickly. But I don't want to be a part of putting more people at risk.
Than is necessary, at least.
I mean, if we hadn't seen any evidence of being followed for a few days, maybe that'd be different, but it hasn't even been 48 hours.
Just another issue to bring up. We're out front of their door. I think it might be too late for.
The door
Keeping them
swings
out of it.
open.
Well, hello there, stranger.
There is no one at the door.
So the door just swings open, nobody's at the door?
Oh,
Yes.
it's windy.
It's almost like it's a
Just-
rainy and windy night.
Yeah. Remember, it was like kind of half falling.
Did it go
and
in
it
or
was,
out?
like, loose.
I'm just gonna look at the rest of the party and with a smile on my face.
Hold
seems
on,
like
wait a minute.
Did the door blow in or out?
The door blew out.
Before you go in there, I have a sneaky feeling.
It's a trap. Yes.
I
Can-
think I should. I'm trying to look at how long it takes. Sorry, this takes time to do. And I
So
gotta
as the
make sure I
door,
get it.
as you're checking that, as the door swings open outward, I'm going to say very sternly, that was not weather.
I'm going.
Well, there's no reason to wait outside. I won't do you
Do we have permission to enter your house?
Hold
Well,
on.
of course.
I'm gonna walk in.
We
I'm
lost the
gonna-
druid. It's fine.
The
So
door stays open.
while he's doing that, I'm gonna say, can y'all give me about 10 minutes to the group?
I'm gonna.
It just keeps me from having to. Well, where is that spell on my spell list?
I mean,
Well,
Patui is literally walking into the house.
I will start.
Okay,
There's
I don't-
nothing we can do about that.
Okay,
Do
yeah.
we
Then
want to just follow him
will.
in?
I will start to follow and turn towards the group. We can't let him go in alone.
Yeah, but it could just end
Look
up getting
rather
us all
annoyed. We'll
killed.
say.
Okay,
I'm
then
gonna
you
look
guys
rather
can
annoyed,
stay
I'll say.
outside, but I will not let him go
No,
in alone.
he's absolutely right. No matter how many times we tell him to be careful, Patui just doesn't listen, so we need to bail him out.
And it's gonna get us all killed.
And
if
you
I'm gonna.
Would I
you
hear
rest
this
outside.
behind me?
You just went inside. Things went a little bit silent, but you can hear the bickering going on about outside.
I'm just gonna holler through the door. There's no reason to be overly cautious.
And
Being
then I'll-
overly cautious is just as dangerous.
And then I'll just start
It's
running.
not like there's an assassin go trying to kill us.
All right, everyone, stop moving your minis. Put them in the middle. Yeah, right there. That works. Let me do something real quick. Nope.
As,
Stay him. Keep him on your thingy. Patui. Oh, that works. Actually, it's fine. I can still.
As Lila scolds Patui,
Don't move them.
I'm just gonna scoff and be like, "Hey,
Sure.
you
Can we
soul
just get a
mended with him
free-
or whatever."
You would just get a free use of levitate. That's cool.
Hold on.
Is my mic working? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
You got talked over, so I didn't hear what you said.
It's fine.
Anything you'd like to do? That move the minis. Anything you'd like to discuss?
Now, as soon as I heard him say that, I'll just be kind of like doing like a slight jog towards the door. That way I
Yeah.
can kind of rush in.
Alright.
Oh, with my sword out, just in case. So as soon as this switches, then I'll do it.
And my answer to the can't be overly cautious is you also can't do everything yourself when you're a part of a group.
I think we're hurrying in after him because.
He already kind of ran in. He's inside already.
Yeah.
I didn't just run in. I mean, I got invited in.
No, we know. We're just like
You got
No,
invited
no,
in
we know. We just disagree
by a
with your
very,
decision. is all.
very unknown variable.
I mean, that's everything that's out in this wilderness is an unknown variable. We can't just sit
Yeah,
here and be
and you
scared of
use your
everything.
skills to try and find out as much information as you can before.
Overly cautious is gonna make the game slow.
And running a headlong in is going to get the entire party killed and ends the game.
Decision was made.
Yeah. Let's all go.
character missing.
Everyone. Alright. Now, Patui, as the door swings open and you walk inside, Is this not? Yeah. What you see in front of you is a relatively badly kept house. You see the leakage through the roof that falls onto a carpet. Next to the carpet to your left, there is a chair, obvious state of disrepair, with a side table, candles around it. This now. This was supposed to be a fog of war effect, but it is not working for some reason.
Damn.
Hold on. Alright, can everyone blindfold yourselves for a second?
Can
Yeah,
I
how
just
do you
tap
do
out
it?
of the game instead?
If you want to, sure. Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Okay, I'll do that.
Okay, I'll go to main menu until I'm told otherwise.
You Squiggles and Rev and
I'm trying to remember what button it is. I literally just had it a few
it's
minutes ago.
It's B.
yeah, B.
B?
Yeah, press
B.
B.
Oh, okay, there you go.
As in Venus.
I'm gonna hang out in the chat.
Alright, I'm blindfolded.
Yeah.
You still in game, Cool? Or just
I'm tapped out. You're good.
right. We're trying to be fancy.
Fancy. Oh, fuck.
Kulu, could you check your DMs for me real quick on Discord? Completely out of game business. Sorry, didn't
Oh,
mean to
gotcha.
interrupt.
So
I assume you mean on Twitch.
No, on yeah, on Twitch, yes.
I will double check that I do exactly right.
alright, you can come back.
Alright.
Okay. Trips and falls in the rain.
Sounds about right.
Everyone in?
Sure.
Seems like it.
Alright. As you get
My
inside.
cards have disappeared. Where did? Oh, that's why. Never mind. I'm stupid.
This is the scenery that you have.
Cool.
Small living room. Few candles lit. There's dripping from the ceiling. Small hole. That is all you see.
Yeah,
There's,
I'll have my sword in my hand, but it's not like ready to fight. It's just kind of just standing at a rest, just walking in with it.
a door.
I don't see anybody. I don't see anything that would have made a voice earlier.
You do not see anything or anyone. No.
I'm just gonna ask if the master of the house around.
Inside, perhaps?
Do I have your word that you won't cause any harm?
Oh, any harm that comes to you is dependent on you.
All right. I'll trust you for now.
Good, good. Trust is good.
I'm assuming this is a wall right here
Where is?
This is a. Wait.
Is-
That is
on
a
my mark.
door.
Okay, I'm gonna come up to the door then.
Ooh. What happened to the ring?
Um,
Right there.
Ah, there you go. You want to go through the door? Patui.
Oh shit! I was hitting Alt instead of Control. Is the door open or is it closed?
It is ajar. Yes.
All right. I'm gonna say excuse me as I slowly open the door and start to take a step in.
Go ahead.
Oh, that's very cool how you're doing that. I like that.
yeah. Isn't
Thank
it?
you.
Showing his view. I'll stand by the door. Here, kind of wait a little bit.
You walk inside and nothing.
I'm gonna look at the stuff on this table.
That.
So, as we all walk in, does the door close on its own?
Well,
It slowly closes, but not all the way.
So
Yeah. Sorry.
I would like to make the attempt to open it and just step back outside, just to check.
All right. As Darian goes through the table, you see the various different candles. Make me a perception check, Darian. You go outside, open the door, go back into the rain. Look about.
20.
Everything seems okay. Natural.
Yeah.
You notice
I know all
that
about fucking candles.
you notice that the candles aren't actually lit. There's no fire coming from them. There's just light.
Cool. Can I ask what
Yes.
your name is?
Oh, names are such a normal commodity. I prefer to just converse. But you seemed to enjoy calling me master, so
Well, I mean, this is your domicile, is it not? Your home.
indeed it is one of them.
Well, then you are the master of the house, are you not?
I suppose I am.
Well, we've come seeking shelter and was wondering if you'd be willing to put us up for the night.
Ah, that is interesting. I haven't yet had the chance to meet all of you. How may I make such a decision without knowing who I'm bringing into my
I do apologize. Some of my friends here, my traveling companions, are a little suspicious of the situation.
Of course.
Not at all.
I guess I should be upfront with you. We have been stalked recently, and they're a little concerned about putting anybody that's in this household in harm's way.
That is completely understandable. Yet I would still enjoy to see them. I'm sure it would be fine.
Can I roll an insight?
What are you trying to determine? But yes,
Whether he is
she.
whether she is being truthful, as I said, she's making sure she's not lying to me about not harming anybody.
Mm. Well, actually, I guess you
And
wouldn't know because it is just a voice. So yeah.
yeah, I would like to see if they're lying about hurting us, and if there's any deceit in their voice, as if like trickery, I guess I should say.
Go ahead. Roll an insight check.
Can I roll for that too, since I'm listening by the door?
Yes.
That's a 19.
Wow.
16
Plus.
plus insight, right?
Yeah.
Yes,
3.
19
they're
as well.
both at
Alright.
19. Yeah.
19, yeah.
Getting a read of the voice, it is quite difficult without having a face to put it on to and to try and read their facial expressions, but as far as you can tell, this creature, entity, whatever it may be, doesn't seem to be lying, but you're not sure whether it is a half-truth or just dismissiveness towards
So
you.
it's like I don't necessarily believe it's lying, but I also don't know what angle it's coming at.
Yes.
Okay.
Where are you all going to come in? The door opens slightly more.
I'm gonna step in the room a little bit more.
I'll turn towards Lila and say, I'm leaving it up to you guys. I'm leaving it up to you guys. What would you guys like to do?
Can't leave him alone.
Doylan, thank you for this.
Start
As we walk in, I'm gonna go back and grab Malted or Zad, and kind of like direct him along towards us, because I don't know if he's in his right mind still.
Yeah. Alright. Drag him along with you. Slowly. So does everyone make their way inside?
This is so cool. Everything is just so cool.
You see Milo at the door alongside Kobus. I'm not sure about this, guys. I will keep watch over Kobus. And, we'll figure out what this is. Don't want the old man to be alone. Kobus is looking around curiously. Seems to be shivering a lot. Not sure if it's due to the rain or the ambience. Yeah, so I assume you're dragging Zad with you all the way.
And once everybody starts getting closer, I would like to ask the entity if it would mind showing itself, or is there or is that something we must earn your trust on?
As everyone comes through, Darian, I don't know if you're actually coming through or not, or if you're standing at the door. Yeah, is that what you're doing?
You're muted, Jay.
Oh my god. I'm an
Oh,
idiot. I'm an idiot. I was thanking someone for following. Oh.
Yeah, Gwendolyn. She's a fellow mod in another Twitch channel.
Fantastic. Thank you for coming. So yeah, I was asking Darian if you're staying by the door, if you're moving in.
I'm moving in.
Okay.
I'm just making sure Zad and the other two stragglers follow.
Zad, are you?
Yeah. I believe I'm over here next to. Yeah.
Yeah, that Darian came in and pulled you further in. Yeah. All right. As you
DM
say,
just. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
as you say that, and the people start strolling in, you hear again, very close to your face. Well, that is a very good show of faith. Very well. You see the air around you get slightly darker, the atmosphere itself, as the candles flicker, even though, well, Darian is the only one that notices that they are not actually lit, but you can see the flickering of them. And she appears onto the chair. She's crouched down, her feet onto the, she's not even sitting on the actual chair, she has her feet up, and she's got her arms hanging over her knees. As she looks around to the room, her skin greenish in this weirdly tinted light from the candles. Her arms elongated that come to a tip where her nails are long and gnarled. Her nose slightly unnatural, crooked. Pores on her face seem to be rotten.
Would Zad in
oh.
his... I'm getting... Sorry, you were breaking up on my end, and I apologize for cutting you off.
That's fine. Her hair, dark greenish, that falls down onto her front. The clothes slightly ragged, and she seems to have different kinds of pouches alongside her belts. She looks around at you with peering yellow eyes. Welcome. Oh, very nice to meet you. I am supposedly the master.
Well, your hospitality is well met, and we do appreciate you letting us take shelter here for the time we've been here. And
Yes, of
greatly
course.
appreciate you gracing us with a presence.
It's been quite a while. I've had some visitors. It's quite a remote area. Might I ask what it is that you may be doing all the way out here?
I was
Passing
just
through.
passing through.
Lila wanted to say something.
Yeah, I said passing through.
And I said it at the same time Lila did, apparently.
Yeah. Creepy. Where to?
The mountains to the north.
You seek the Lone Mountains. Very interesting. I'm sure many have gone. But that is not to be worried. You all look to be very capable. And you seek shelter? Yes.
That is why we are here.
And also, as we're staying here, can you tell us anything about the place?
The place? My place? With the Lone Mountains.
Alone.
You see her
I'm very
face turns sideways as she speaks. Her arms unnaturally long, moving almost as if she's always doing something. She's always emanating with energy. You're not sure what it is. As far as I know, for the Lone Mountains, It is a tricky little bit of history. I'm sure you wouldn't be going there if you didn't know something already. What do you know?
Okay. May I make you a offer or a fair trade for our trade of knowledge?
I see the mouse again.
You see the what? Oh.
um. So,
Yes.
based off of appearance and everything we've seen so far, and researches I would have done in the past, is there any chance I know what I'm looking at, DM?
Give me
Mhm.
a.
History.
I can give you a history check. Yes. Give me a history check.
And because I want to do this right, I'm going to assume at disadvantage because of fuddled mind.
Yes. An offer? Hmm. There you have
6
Rest.
plus.
Do go on, Druid.
If you are willing to take us for the night, I am willing to trade some of the knowledge we have about the Lone Mountains. But I have something I would like to offer you as well.
Safety as
She
well.
gets down to your level and you see her head moving all the way down to meet yours, and her elongated fingers touching onto the tip of her chin, curiously looking at you. What do you have for me?
I see your house is in a bit of a disarray. And I was thinking it might be nice of me as a guest to help do some of the repairs if you're willing.
It is so sweet. But I like the way that it is now. Everything just in order. She swings her finger around. But I appreciate the offer. And I was asking what you know, so that I could avoid repeating things that you already had knowledge of.
Ah, okay. Somebody else knows a little bit more about the Lone Mountains than I do. I was more worried about the tree at the time.
Alright. Zed, you rolled a 12.
Yes.
Looking at this entity, you don't seem to be able to grasp onto anything in your head currently. It's very difficult to concentrate on her, and every now and again, flashes of the pale white moon cross your mind, and just that face seems to just throw you off your usual thought pattern. You're not sure what this creature is.
Yay for a low roll. And even the high roll and that disadvantage was only a 13 total. So yeah.
Well, what do you know? She now looks around to the rest of the room, and she stops at Zed, looking at him slightly curiously, then continuing to gaze through. Oh no, these two did not move forward. They are very comfortable where they are. Is anyone going to respond?
I know that we know, if I remember right, the Lone Mountain is where the possible tyrant is from. There's also a race there of
That
what
was
elementals, right?
uh
That's like way the fuck to the west,
yeah, that's a different mountain. Oh, it just got
Oh,
raided.
well, okay.
past
Well then,
past the big fucking forest,
Oh,
oh, so what do we know about the Lone Mountains then?
the one you spent like an hour asking questions about.
Yeah, that one. Yeah. What do we know about the Lone Mountains then?
hold on. Someone just raided. Quick. You guys.
Thank you for the raid.
Yeah. You guys figure out
Hey.
amongst each other what you know, and I'll deal with the raid.
Notebook.
The answer is that we don't.
No,
Didn't we only
this
get maps for that area? There wasn't really much history wise.
basement.
Uh, Hobos said, "Hey, there's a ruin there I want to explore,"
Let me turn
and we
that
were
down.
like, why?" And he was like, "I don't know."
Um,
Yeah, as I said, I think the only thing we
There's
got
a
was
raid.
maps
Hi,
to that area.
Dirt.
He was like, Ados was
This dirt
Ados
basement.
wanted
Thank
to
you
check
very
it out,
much
and we
for
were
the
like,
raid. Very bad at
okay.
doing this. And oops,
Oh yeah,
Wow.
we're
in
in
the middle of a
My notes
excavation
DnD
have
course, aren't
session,
we?
my notes
and
have no
I want to be
fucking
sure that my
chill.
attention is
I
fully on
went
the
back to
players.
try and see
but
if I knew
I
something,
appreciate
and I
very
have
much you
session
raiding
10. The
with
first note. Rev
a
forgot to
shit ton of
take the
people.
toast out of his toaster
Welcome
before
everyone.
using it to join the call.
Jay Pilgrim.
Wait,
Jesus.
I do
What?
I
weekly
was making fun of
D&D
Rev's
sessions,
microphone by calling it a
session streams,
toaster.
around this time.
I remember writing.
And, yeah, that's about it.
I was like, how does he know about
you know what,
toast?
sure. Do I need? Is this what
Let's
I do?
see here.
I'm very new
My
to streaming,
mic?
guys.
Yeah,
Bear with
session
me.
10, your mic was
Uh,
really fucked up.
If
Oh.
you enjoy what you see,
You're fine now.
make sure to
Yeah,
leave
you
a
could have
follow
said
or
something to me like on
stuff
Discord.
like
Hey,
that,
your
or
mic's
I
not
don't
fucking
know.
I
okay.
think I did, but I think I got
I'm a
talked over.
DM. I'm not a streamer.
Yeah, message me on Discord just like, hey.
But
Oh, sorry,
I
that was out of
appreciate the raid
context.
nonetheless.
Anyways,
I just want everyone to enjoy themselves. Just being here, that's what matters.
reading through my
about
notes.
advance.
saying that.
So I hope you
Yeah,
guys
so
enjoyed
here
the
we go.
story. And,
My notes, all mentions of the Alone Mountains are the Alone Mountains around is where we will find our
we're
ruins.
coming.
That's it. That is the sole mention of the Alone
Also,
Mountains
these
in
are-
my notes.
Oh, socials. I don't know if this is what I do. Whatever. Linktree. That. Thank you so much for the raid.
Yeah, so if I remember right, there wasn't
anyways.
much we discovered about the Low Mountains
Thank
other
you.
than there's talks about ruins
Just if you
and
wish
we
to
got
be
maps to that general area.
announced when the stream's good.
Right.
Anyways, I go back.
I don't think it's tied to like our big quest overtly yet.
Alright. Have you decided on anything?
Yeah, we concluded we know fuck all about the Alone Mountains.
That is very much not true, but it's great.
Give me about 20 minutes to go watch the VOD real quick and I'll get back to you.
Yeah,
You found
I
out
think that'll take longer than 20 minutes.
found out a bit of the history of the Lone Mountains to do with the dwarves. That is what you found out. What the dwarves believe.
That might have been their research topic. I don't write down shit that I didn't research.
Yeah, no, I'm talking about the ones that did. I'm pretty sure Zed did.
There's Dwarf Ruins, but he's currently out of it.
Going back. See,
What are you
Lone Mountain. A Lone Mountain.
Wait, isn't that where the forge is that we're apparently there's like a
Nope,
forge
that
there that
is a
Kobos wants?
separate
Way the fuck to the west.
mountain. Completely separate thing.
So many mountains, man.
There's
Two
two.
mountains.
No.
That's like half the number I can count.
Alright, fine. I'll do it in her voice, and I'll explain it all again briefly, and then with whatever she may do.
Sorry, it takes time for me to read my notes.
What?
I actually took pretty extensive notes that one.
What I know of the Lone Mountains, it varies. I'm not very interested in their history, but it can be useful now and again. Such as dwarves believing to be from those mountains. Believed to be etched pieces of earth from said mountain, of which used to be long, all towering over the entirety of Thoron. It would have been a sight to see, I'm sure. But other than that, nothing is known exactly what the mountain was to be such a thing. It is also believed that it was Vesteron, the god of strength, to be the one to etch them out.
Vasteron?
Vesteron. I mean,
Okay.
it's fuzzy. But what I do know now is of the massive crater that is now there, filled with water and supposedly ruins all around. But no one has really gone far enough to figure that out, or even no one has come back who has gone far enough. I myself live quite close, but I'd rather keep my distance where I'm safe watching. But if you wish to make your way there, I am sure you will find some way to survive.
So, have I noticed anything strange beyond the mannerisms and the look?
Give me a perception check.
I would also like to eyeball her
Uh,
with my eyes.
Is this
Yes,
disadvantage or
use
is
them.
this in straight roll?
This is just a straight roll. Fuck. This is really in character right now. You're real fucked. Darren, did you roll?
That's a 7, DM. That's a 7.
I guess. I'll roll.
Perception 13.
Getting a. Are you rolling too well?
Yeah.
Alright.
Might as well.
Getting a good look, at her. She's now very close to Batui, who would probably be the one to have the best look at her. But looking
I'm
from
rolling now.
distance.
That's a 23.
Jesus. What you see is essentially what has been described so far, but you do see her head move unnaturally fast, almost like a bird snapping to each one of you now and again. Batui, however, being really close, you can smell her breath, putrid, very close to your face. Her teeth gnarled and spiky, pointy. She's got spikes on her teeth. You see under her robes that she wears, there's various different types of pouches and knickknacks that she has all over her. Pouches on very much resembling the ones that Zad has, to keep different things. You're not very sure what is inside each one of them, but you do see some of them leaking different liquids. Most of them are dry, but that is as far as you see.
Okay.
Since you are here, and I do know you wish something from me, and I am so very inclined to help, but everything comes to a price. And as you said, you are being hunted, so protection is at an all-time high. She flicks her fingers, and the main door all the way in the back shuts closed. Some precautions must be taken, right? And locks. Well, is there anything you may have to offer me?
What exactly is it that you are looking to? What is something that we would have that may be of value to you?
Hmm.
I'm assuming a lady such as yourself may not necessarily take find need of material treasures.
I have no need for wealth. At least not your kind of wealth. But I could make things more interesting, and perhaps whatever it is you would have to offer me might be raised. Let me see her hand moving around in the air, and the mirror behind her starts to shift and turn to liquid, and then starts floating, making around her, and then comes in between Patui and her, and then in front of her, and it solidifies back into a mirror. Is there anything you wish to know? You seem very interesting bunch of adventurers.
I mean, what is it that you have to offer other than information?
The information that I give may come at any kind of cost to you. If you wish to know it, if you wish to risk things which you do not understand, and
Is it possible?
possibly just going mad, or perhaps understanding it yourself.
Yeah, I don't think I'm a good subject for you to trade with. I feel like you probably end up with the shorter end of the deal than you think.
I do not believe that is the case. You see her fiddling with her fingers
Oh,
excitedly.
there are things that you could make a deal with me for that you would want. They're just not things I'm willing to give up. Now, if any of my compatriots have their own offers, that's on them. I'm here just to make sure they don't get harmed beyond their deal if they make one.
I do have a question, but I'm afraid to ask what the price for the information would be.
Well, that depends on the information. It is quite difficult to gauge the importance of something like this, and sometimes whatever the reaction may be from what you learn might be payment enough. But for now, if you wish to know specifics, she looks at Lila.
That was just me clearing my throat.
Yeah, no,
I'm gonna
I'm
slide
saying
in
that
front of Lila.
she looks at you. I sense that you have things you're very attached to. She looks at the rest, looks at Patui, at his staff. Things that may matter a lot to you. She looks at Vile and his bandana. Things of which may have a lot of value. Just for you and no one else.
Okay, I know what I want to do here, DM.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna ask her, in the best way that I can, because I don't know how to explain this out of character or in character. Ask her about the forge and the if she knows anything about the forge and the entity creature that has showed up or been there anytime that the one time that I've had interactions with it.
The one inside of Lila?
Yeah, when her and I touched tips, I also, if I remember right, I also saw and heard it speak.
Right.
I don't remember if you saw it.
You're, well, not see it, but you knew it was there.
Ah, yeah, I felt the presence of it, yeah.
Yeah. Well, why don't you take a look? She swings her hand again, and the mirror liquefies and solidifies in front of you. Go ahead. And the candles that are on the nightstand over here start floating up next to you, one at a time, to light up your face.
As you're doing that, DM, I'd like to turn to Lila and before you look into the mirror, may I give you a little bit of my own assistance?
I'll raise an eyebrow. You're the one looking into the mirror. This is your question.
Yeah, I was curious about that, DM. I was the one that asked the question. Why is she getting Lila to look in the mirror?
No, I just in front of you, not Lila.
Yeah. Never
okay.
said anything about me.
Yeah.
Oh, I thought I didn't heard him say Lila. Okay. Well, if that's the case, I, when doing this, would like to cast Protection from Good and Evil.
Mm-hmm. What are the effects of that spell again?
I had a fucking earlier. Hold on, it's not in my hand. I just know what it is. This is the same cards I had from this last session.
Oh, it's right there. It's the first one. Till the spell ends, one willing creature you touch is protected against certain types of creatures. Protection grants several benefits. Creatures of those types have disadvantage on attack rolls against the target. The target also can't be charmed, frightened, or possessed by them. The target is already charmed, frightened, or possessed. Disadvantage. Okay. You cast protection from good and evil, and you see her raise an eyebrow and smile at you. And you look into the mirror. Looking into the mirror, you see not you, but Lila looking back. Lila, in front of you, instead of seeing Darian, you see Patui. But it seems very ethereal. It's very strange, as you do still see Darian. But it's
Okay.
in between this shifting form of Patui. As you look at her through the mirror, you see the form that you saw her when you bonded you see more robust, her facial features stronger, more defined. The skin no longer smooth, but scaly at the edges. See her horns poking out, double, triple the size. Her hair flowing, and the two massive wings at her back. She looks at you. At this time, her eyes are no longer her own. They burn with fire between them.
Oh.
And you see behind her darkness, and then red light, almost as if a giant maw opening, and the crimson light shining through. You see the teeth poking out at their silhouettes, and you hear the low growl. Secret. Just follow your footsteps and keep on making your way to me. See fire burning at the back of this creature's throat. And you see two yellow eyes burning with the same fire within Lila's eyes. The party does see this, although it's less intense, as you're not staring into the mirror. For Patui, it feels like the mirror completely engulfed you. You seem to be in a bit of a trance, looking at it, and you see her behind it, looking at him with a bit of surprise and slightly taken aback, but still a smile nonetheless.
I
Lila.
still got like ethereal patooey in front of me.
Everyone can feel a red light shining through behind Lila.
That is a bright red light from behind Lila.
It is not, it's not that bright, and it's just from behind her.
Are you sure this isn't a Vampire the Masquerade campaign?
So, I'm feeling that as well.
Yes,
Alright,
everyone
but
can
I
see.
still
Red
have
light.
ethereal patooey in front of me.
Yes, and he's staring right at you.
Okay, so when you say red light, is this like the Eye of Sauron type red light, or are we talking about like a scrying type light?
The Eye of Sauron type of light, I'd say.
Oh,
Feel
cool.
familiar?
Sorry?
Feel familiar?
Very.
Does it feel familiar?
Yeah, very. Yes.
Does it feel familiar?
Oh my fucking god.
I'm assuming that I don't. I'm a little preoccupied, so I don't see this.
You don't see this.
Okay.
I think I'm just going to whip around to what may or may not be behind me, and I'm going to yell, "Leave me alone!"
As you turn around, you see at the wood behind you, the wood of the wall seems to be cracked into the shape of a massive jaw opening with the red light shining through its teeth. Gently closes very slowly as the wood behind it goes back to normal. And the light is gone. But Dewey,
Yes.
inside of this mirror, the light has gone, but you can still sense Lila next to you. Well, in front of you, sorry. And you instinctively reach out with the some care and attempting to comfort her, but she vanishes from your grasp. You look around and it's darkness.
That's a little scary because I was allowed to say I was gonna reach out and try to grab her.
Sorry.
I just that's that, stop reading my mind, Jay.
Yeah.
Good, yeah. I'm gonna reach out and grab you.
What do the rest of you do? Good night, Miss Malted.
For clarity, only Lila and Patui saw the red and the cracked wall, or we all saw this?
You all saw this.
Everybody but me.
Yeah, you saw this in the mirror, but you didn't see the rest of them.
Okay. Did it feel familiar to Zad?
Yeah, but did it feel familiar, Jay?
It did not feel familiar to
I
Zad,
didn't
no.
think so. Okay. I mean, he's thoroughly creeped out with everything that's happened already, so.
Did I snap back to reality?
You are still in the darkness.
Oh, okay. So it's okay.
Is there anything you wish to do?
Bury my face
Wall.
in my palm, kind of tightly tug at my hair.
I'm gonna lean in, and since this is my first time seeing this nonsense, I'm gonna ask, is this what you have to deal with all the time?
Some days it's better than others.
I wish I could take this burden for you.
I'd rather not have my soul split another way, thanks.
Hey, you got some solace from linking souls with me.
Would you like to do anything Patui?
Yes, actually I would, and I want to make sure I'm doing this right. Just for clarity, I'm still in this darkness, and I still have the sense that Lila's standing in front of me, right? Or
She
there.
she vanished, but somehow you still feel her.
Okay, is this one of those situations where I need to ask another question, or is it just you have a
That is
moment?
completely up to you.
Okay, so at this moment, just DM player wise, I'm starting to think that this thing may be what's causing the Earth Goddess, the mother, to cause that change that she does every once in a while. It looks like she's in pain.
Mhm.
I'm going to try to snap back to reality because I wanted to interact with the homegirl right here.
Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Yes, sir.
The two of you are sharing a soul. Lila, you start feeling a tug from the direction of the Tui.
I would like to first make sure this isn't me being charmed or anything like that, right?
It is not.
Okay, just making sure.
Lila.
I heard you.
That's
Slowly
21.
turn around.
It's 21 on the wisdom saving throw.
As you attempt to get yourself back, you look around and you're not really certain where to start. You just
Sorry.
at first start walking, and then you hear slight footsteps, just two. Readjusting, and you then hear more, and you start walking that direction. And all of a sudden you feel Lila bump into you.
Oh fuck!
Yeah.
I was
Apparently
expecting him to
follow.
turn around and start walking.
And you bump into Lila and get a hold of your bearings. Now no longer looking into the mirror. You look around and it's back to the cabin.
Okay. I would.
In your haze, I've pulled out Snuffles. So, when are we gonna stop doing stupid shit all the time? We need to have this conversation again. This is like 3 times in 4 days.
I'm sorry, but I'm pretty sure you wouldn't want to be all wet and soggy, would you?
Sounds kind of nice.
This is the owlbear, right?
Yeah, this is the owlbear.
The implications of that statement.
Shut up. Don't even. No. Let it go. Go ahead.
Shut up, it's the owlbear talking.
Go ahead.
But would the lady like to be wet and soggy?
That's what the umbrellas are for. And the tents.
You've got a point there. I would like to turn towards the entity that is in the chair, or sorry, I think you said sitting on the floor with her legs in the chair.
Sitting on the chair, with her legs on top of it. Well, not actually sitting. She's crouching on top of the chair.
Okay.
Gargoyle stance.
I look at her. I don't know if you'll accept this as payment, and I reach and kind of scour through my cloak or my robe, and I pull out the most recent letter I received from home. That's got the little drawn picture that my daughter drew, and I hold it in my hands, staring at it.
Primordial child. Very interesting.
Wait, what was she saying?
I'll type it out to you.
I just assumed it was a language we didn't understand.
It is a name. Madgroju.
I don't know why that sounds familiar, but I'm gonna write that down.
Primordial child. Ken. 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 I wonder what it is that you have gotten yourselves into.
I wonder myself every day.
You have your own tales, do you not, soldier?
No, I'm the one with the tail.
That's clever.
I'm gonna be
Thank you.
honest. When Jay said tail, I legitimately thought the same thing. So he said soldier.
Oh, very entertaining. I like you.
Smile.
Whatever is inside of you. But yes, she stretches her arm and pinches the letter with her fingers and looks at it, sniffs it. Sees saliva gathering at the edges of her mouth. I suppose. Does anyone else want to have a try?
Just for my own personal notes, real quick, Jay.
Yeah.
She said my daughter is of primordial, right?
Nope. She's just said the primordial child.
Okay. Was that in reference to the daughter, or was that just in reference to the situation?
You just kind of kept saying things.
Yep.
Yeah.
It is.
Okay.
Doesn't seem to be related to anything, but whatever it is that she said before, the name.
Oh, it's certainly reinforced some
And
beliefs
then,
I've
and
accumulated.
then I would
Yeah.
like to recall, if I can recall correctly, when talking to the the spirit mother early on, and I got some wisdom from her about the fact that there was a child of something XYZ that had horns, and she referred to Lila, and I don't remember if you remember right, but she referred to Lila as the primordial child with horns or something like that, right?
Yes. She referred to Lila as the Horn Child.
The horn child, okay. And I'm assuming Lila is primordial, right? Like her species is primordial, right?
No.
You're not certain what primordial means.
All
That'd be a
right, cool.
history check.
Just want to make sure I had that for my. Oh, okay. Can I roll a history check?
You can try. Yes.
I mean, she did say these words out loud, but I think I'll just take my assumptions.
I mean,
Yeah, this is more to determine what it is. Primordial, since he seems to think that about Lila's.
That's a 12.
Lila's race as a tiefling certainly does not count as a primordial. You do know as
Okay.
that much.
may I make a check on the term Medgrodrol, utilizing my Arcana or History?
I would assume that'd be history, based on what I'm guessing.
That would be, funny enough, an Arcana.
Really?
Is it at disadvantage again?
Sadly, yes.
I haven't looked yet.
Oof.
Oh, that's like a 9 total.
You are having the worst luck. The disadvantage doesn't help, but
Yeah.
holy shit.
Well, that 15 would have been a 21.
As far as you can tell, the term Medgrodjul seems to be more related as a name, but that is as far as you can gather. The Arcana check, because you're a very arcane-led being, and it is part of a lot of your practices. You do know that seems to be Draconic, but not a language, more just the mannerisms and the phonetics and the way it sounds. Since you do know that arcane magics is very much strongly derivative from draconic runes.
Okay.
That
So I
is,
have an idea that she spoke another language at one point, essentially. And maybe I should think about this again later when my mind isn't fuzzed.
maybe
We've heard that name before, right?
not that one.
I think we've heard similar names, but not that one specifically.
Okay. What was the name of the Tyrant King again?
Give me a minute.
Time.
It would have been session
Kurak,
number 10.
Kirak Turma.
Okay.
Hmm.
Yeah, I don't have the
Right.
Alone Mountains from that session, but I have like everything else.
Where are you standing right now, Sad?
At the door.
Always a terrifying question.
Yeah,
At
the door is
door.
now open. By the way, just so you know.
Just okay. So yeah, I'm just standing by the open door because, to be honest, Zad has questions, but there's nothing I can think of that Zad would give up or try to offer as payment. And he's not going to ask what this person thinks because that person's going to obviously make a suggestion for a better deal for them.
She pans around and she lifts the leather up onto her hands, and she turns her palm to face herself to hide the leather, and then she turns it back around, and it's gone. I have you over
Definitely just
there
ate that fucking letter.
by the door, and one with the moon eyes. Are you certain you wouldn't want to look? It's a very special occasion, it seems.
I'm gonna walk up to Zad, kind of bump him on the shoulder. I think your mind has been pretty fucked for one day, but it's up to you, I guess.
That is what gives me most of my misgivings.
Perhaps it can be unfucked.
But how unfucked?
Well, you won't know until you try. Would you like some help?
I'm not sure. I think I will turn you down, though. Because it seems we're not getting what we hoped for initially, and I feel like the deal isn't good for me. In the long run, at least.
A shame. Such a shame. Well, there are many of you. Starwalker, perhaps? She looks at Vile.
Not interested.
Oh. Very interesting. Very well. Let me suit yourselves. Do you still wish to stay?
I do, but I have one more question.
Oh.
Yes. Slowly turns her head towards you.
You offer knowledge, and I'm wondering what kind of knowledge I can gain about the those who follow us.
Oh. Want to get that, don't you? I could try. What do you have to offer this time? I'm afraid there is a lot being given, not much given back.
Okay. So this okay, I gotta try to take into consideration what I'm asking and what would be equal value. Uh I could offer some knowledge. Jay, this is out of character to see if this would be acceptable or not. I can offer knowledge about the what do you call it? The spirit mother and the fact that she is not necessarily what's I'm looking for here? Stable right now.
You're going to rat out your goddess.
Well, this thing's got knowledge. I'm pretty sure she knows. Oh, then yeah, that would be
That
equal
would be
value.
valuable.
It's true. What would you ask for in return?
She has been eyeballing your staff. That sounds wrong. But she has been eyeballing your staff.
Yeah. Nature boys nags him a
Shut up.
hag.
Shut up. You're very intricately cut staff this entire time. And you can see slight drooling.
Oh man.
She wants your staff.
Don't make that noise after I said she was eyeballing your staff. Alright.
I'm really debating on whether this would be a good trade or not because my staff is my druidic focus.
Right.
Then generally, I'd say the answer is no.
That kind of like that's why I've been looking at my stuff like there's not a thing physical in my inventory. Which makes me worry even more about what she would want from me.
Is there a way that I could offer her a happy memory in her place?
Oh. You wish to trade in memories. It looks like the kids have come to play in the big boy garden. Be right back.
I have to say the same thing in real life. I need to use the bathroom and I need to get my dog in. It's 4:30 in the morning and it's freezing out and he's still outside.
Go ahead.
What the fuck? Poor dog.
You get that dog in,
Poor monster.
you son of a bitch.
You son of a
He's
bitch.
not even here.
Is she finna go grab that fucking Harry Potter thing where Dumbledore's pulling memories out with the wand and putting in a little goblet thing?
How long is she in there, by the way?
She goes in, and it doesn't take her more than. Well, it depends on what you're doing, because you
I'm
don't
just
know how
walking
long
over
she's
here.
gonna be there for.
I'm just walking this direction
Alright.
to see where she
Yeah.
went.
The door closes behind her, but you can see slight shining blue light underneath the door that has been there this entire time. Just now looking at it, you see that there's light coming through.
I imagine out of character that she is more after sentimental and emotional gains. She feeds off of it almost.
And after about a minute or two, she comes back out, peeks out of the door. Ah, there it is. She walks, and as she walks, you can see she's almost spider-like, as you see her clinging onto the walls gently. It's her legs moving very far apart. She walks slowly and finds her way back onto the chair, her feet on top of it.
When she opens the door, I try to peek in to see what the room holds.
Give me a perception check.
I lost my die.
Is this
15 plus 2. 17.
She opens it very slowly, but what you can get from it is that.
Is that just a fucked up table?
Okay, I'm back.
That is what
Not
you get
just
from.
a fucked up table, there's a chest right there.
Yeah, and there's
Oh,
stuff
treasure,
on
let's
the
go steal it.
floor.
I meant
You
this. This is a fucked up table.
This is
yeah.
a fucked up table.
Yeah,
You
but
do
like
s-
the
Yeah, there's a chest at the back, and you do see,
Clear some scrying.
yeah, a little bit of etching onto the wooden floor. That doesn't seem to be actually on the wooden floor. It's floating slightly above. That is what you see. And as you turn back around, you see she's looking at you knowingly, but she doesn't mention anything. She smiles and turns back around. Well, if you wish to deal in memories, let us see what you have to offer. She has a wand on her hand now, one made out of pure, like raw wood, tree bark. It seems to be very rough, and she waves it around, and you see at the cracks of the wood, bluish energy shining through very gently, and you see the mirror turn also blue, shining with that light, and she puts the mirror in front of you. Now, Baturi, what memories do you
Yes.
have to trade?
Alright, so essentially give you options.
Yes?
Okay, so there's the option that there's the memory that I've brought up a couple times at this point of my sitting with my daughter as she carves my staff,
Mm-hmm.
the staff I use. So losing that memory would essentially kind of take away value of the staff a little bit for me without remembering it. There's obviously the birth of my child.
oof.
Oof.
There's the falling in love with my.
Are you
There's
giving
the-
that as an option though?
No, but think
He's
about
just
it.
showing them
He
first.
should.
Okay.
That's actually a really good offer.
He's
uh,
losing them though, correct?
Yes.
Yeah, he would be
Okay,
losing
just making
that
sure
memory.
that everybody at the table knows what's happening.
Yeah, but he wouldn't like lose his daughter.
No, but he'd
He-
lose the memory of her birth.
What if he doesn't
I would
make
still
it
know.
back?
I would still know that she's my daughter. I just would not remember. I would not remember her birth.
The birth.
You
Perhaps.
sir are not a father in real life. Anyway, continue.
Fastest way to hit the road. So there's the birth of my child, the carving of the staff, and then there's one that is extremely detrimental, which is the reason I'm adventuring.
Mm-hmm.
That is extremely detrimental.
That is. We kind of need that.
No.
And then-
I'm assuming you mean his personal reason for adventuring.
Yeah, the
one we
personal-
talked about in
okay.
episode 1.
Yeah.
Uh,
Right.
Fuck the
and
backstory.
then
My personal memory isn't a happy memory.
and then there is the memory of soul bonding with Lila and connecting her with my goddess to offer her aid.
Mm-hmm. Hmm. Do you?
And then there's obviously the memory of buying Ono, because like that made my character super happy.
Is there anything that you think you could attribute to each one of those memories in terms of an emotion? At least the most prominent one.
uh, obviously a sense of joy when it comes to my daughter being born.
Mm-hmm.
A sense of reasoning, obviously. Is reasoning considered emotion? An emotion?
It's more of a thought pattern, but
So instead of that for emotion, I guess I would say uh, sense of being alive. I don't know what that sense would be. Like the euphoric feeling good of being alive from happiness.
of which memory?
That would be the carving the staff with my daughter.
That could be interpreted as pride.
Okay, so then pride, yeah.
Yeah.
The uh, obviously the emotion of love, you know, the marrying. I guess I should say when it comes to the wife one, the original feeling of falling for her outside of the charm effect that she tried to cast on me.
Yeah.
So love, obviously, and then the going out and reasoning for adventure, which again is pretty detrimental. I guess that would be a sense of. Oh,
What
that's a
does
hard one.
love?
I might call that hope from what you've
Hope
described.
does.
Yeah, hope.
Well, Batui, which one of those emotions do you wish to give?
For the information that I'm asking for, I feel like the carving of the staff would be a fair trade in that situation because it's not asking for anything. Personally, I don't know outside of what you know.
Mhm.
It's not asking for anything too detrimental when it comes to the courses I'll take in life.
Yes. Hmm. Is that the one that you wish to give? Oh,
Yes, I feel like I also, since she was eyeing the staff really hard, I feel like that's a fair trade as the memory of why the staff is important to me.
ah, very adorable she is. Currently, she's angled over her chair, her long neck moving to the side to look at the mirror alongside you. Prideful of her, of yourself, what you accomplished. Very well. It's gone. You no longer understand the staff that you're holding. You know that it is your druidic focus. You do not know that your daughter made it to you. And you do not. Most of your emotions towards your daughter have changed slightly. It's nothing major, but that pride of her accomplishments, of the things that she does, whatever they may be, that she is happy about, joyful about. You feel yourself slightly detached. You're not sure on how these feelings are going to grow or lack of are going to diminish. But that is the price that you've paid. And so, the mirror shifts up onto the roof of this house and enlarges and encompasses the entirety of the roof. And you see all of your reflections through it. And many more shadows all around you, filling the entire room. They seem to be standing with burning red eyes watching you. Darian,
Where did I go?
You put yourself in the
Yeah.
movement.
Oh,
I did move me.
That was my bad. I have a touchscreen and I was trying to adjust my screen.
Okay.
so
I was like, wait a minute.
I just watched him. Did he just fucking stealthed into the room?
Yeah, he just ran into
I mean, you guys are busy. I'm just gonna, get some treasure.
Sorry about that, Darius.
And as you see these shadows staring at each one of you, and they seem to have eyes all around their heads. Each pair of eyes concentrated on one of you. All of them. But then you move towards Lila. You also see some staring at her. But now you see another entity, much larger than the rest. Wings. Massive. Horns adorned across their head, atop their crown. You see dual blades, one on each hand, burning with dark flames. Their eyes, red, concentrated. No chaotic flickering of flame, just focus. And that light shines upon Lila. Seem to have quite a few things on your tail. She looks at Lila.
Did we
You
see
smile. Yes, all of this.
that?
You notice that this entity is not just looking at Lila. You see the light that is shining onto her is focused on her shoulder,
Yeah, I'd figured that one out.
and the mark burning.
That's the same mark that burned through her clothes last time, right?
Yes.
And just for my notes to clarify, you said it was like shadows watching us with multiple eyes around their head, but no other information outside of shadows.
Not done yet.
Okay.
Yeah, as you shift to look at Zed, you see that around him there's this beam of white light. And although there are still shadows looking at him, you see the moon watching over him. And in this light, particularly, Val is the only one that is not surprised by this. As you see large tendrils, 2 of them, sprouting out of his back. Slight tint of crimson.
That is Zad's?
Zed. And
Yeah.
they almost seem to form the shape of wings, but they seem to always keep going back to this tendril-like liquid.
You said red, right?
Yes. Darian.
That's me.
He's not there.
What?
There is no reflection.
Wait a minute.
You do see shimmering where he was supposed to be in the mirror reflection. But you do not see Darian. And all of the other entities around them, they do seem to be looking at him. But they're looking up at the real Darian, at you. So essentially they're looking down at you. Yeah, just make sure I'm explaining that right. From the mirror.
How
Vile.
did this mirror get turned on me?
Val is also a shadow. But different to these, as they are shifting and trembling, almost tormented. Val is a single shade. Concentrated, focused. There is no shifting. There's no trembling as if he was he was shadow casted by flames. Just focused light. Tui. The eyes of the large entity that is looking upon Lila occasionally gazed upon you. But you see somewhat of a barrier. It's very faint. Every time that he looks at you, it shows wherever he looks. Green energy. But it seems to be breaking through. As looking up to your version of the mirror, you see the earth shaking underneath you. So many interesting folk all at once. And she looks at Lila and
I think my face is just awash with a very clear feeling of dread.
Lila, she says, crooking her head slightly,
Yes.
with a knowing smile.
Oh
You
my
seem
god,
to
I
have
just
a
got
curious
fucking spooked by the mouse again. God damn it.
seem to have a curious bunch behind you. Primordial touched as well. And it's at this moment that you see on the shadow's shoulder the same mark start burning right. Curious. These are the people looking for you. Pale grip. That name comes to mind. Chimera. Oh.
Yeah.
She looks at Zed and she doesn't say anything. She smiles at him. Pans over to Vile, and you see a little bit of disgust come across her face. So much wasted. Looks at Darian. Silent. Trauma. War? Wrath. I cannot understand. Her face seems confused, looking at Darian.
If you're still making questions for memories, deal. I have plenty of memories, none of them happy though. I'd be glad to take a couple off my chest.
Who was
Oh.
she looking at when when she brought up the chimera?
What?
Who was she looking at when she brought up the chimera?
Lila.
Even me.
Vile wanted to say something.
Yeah, I'd like to step forward and then say, "What do you mean, so much wasted?"
Oh. Just an entity of light, are you not? But if you wish for falls over.
You know,
If you
Jesus
wish
Christ.
for
Was there anything when she
memories
looked at me?
taken away, I will gladly do so. You see a piece of the mirror liquefy and goes down in front of you. There's still a strand connecting it, but the tip of it solidifies into a mirror. She hasn't gone to you yet. Looking at Batui. Purpose.
Tui.
Hope. So much to do and so much to lose. Tyrant. Oh, what a pesky adventure you have ahead. Wish you could see it through. That sound very intriguing. Let us hope you do not die. She feels Darian's intensity and looks at him and smiles.
Sorry, I'm imagining Darian as the Arthur meme with the clenched fist.
I don't think your mirror has the answer to my question.
For once, I believe I agree. Very curious you are.
I'm gonna try to persuade her and goad her into trying it for free.
Trying it for free.
Yeah, like I'm just gonna goad her and saying I don't think you're powerful enough.
Powerful enough. Warrior. You do not want this. Roll me a persuasion check.
Nope.
You see her eyes flash red, orange, and you all feel the candles right behind you on the corner flash with the same red light, and you see an orb of red energy surrounding the candles, and inside of that orb, a pair of hands trying to push through, but being blocked by the barrier. Two fiery eyes looking through. She looks at you intensively. You do not want to challenge me, warrior.
Very well, but you said yourself you didn't think you had the answers either.
Perhaps. But you never know. Maybe you find the answers to things you weren't looking for.
My scars make me who I am. My scars make me powerful, stronger. They give me resolve. I wouldn't trade them for some parlor trick.
Looks away, almost as if she was hit by a disgusting smell. keep your resolve, warrior.
Well,
Yes?
I actually wonder, you trade in knowledge for some form of memory anyway. Or material thing that it is important to us, it seems. Does that include
Yes.
knowledge of the arcane?
If it is knowledge that I do not already have, maybe. But I do prefer
Well, I meant
this.
you have knowledge of arcane for possibly taking a memory or two.
Oh, you want my knowledge? I could do so.
mean-
What do you have to offer?
I mean, I could part with a childhood memory or two.
Very well. The mirror liquefies in front of you. Show me, then.
I'm gonna think back to a time of playing with my twin Dusha on the beach in our town, and offer her a memory of me making sandcastles with my twin.
Oh. Very lovely. What would you ask in return?
Something within my capabilities to versatile my magic casting.
You wish for power, diversity. Alright. Above game, what exactly are you looking for, or is that the general idea? Just so that I know.
It was the general idea. I was hoping to get like a spell, a first level spell, or a cantrip, or both, or something like that.
Alright.
Out of the hag. Or the knowledge of it so that I could then apply it, I should say. I wasn't sure how high I could go on that list either. I can cast up the second level. It seemed an odd question to ask of a being such as this. But worth a shot to try.
Well. Give me 1 second. Is there anything anyone else wants to do? I saw Darian moving.
No, I'm just going over here and clenching my fists and dealing with my shit.
You also happen to know the kind of spells I'm looking for anyway, for that matter. So I don't think I need to specify there.
What spells do you have currently?
I don't have a single touch spell, if that helps. But I have like 10 spells. Not including cantrips. Melf's Acid Arrow, Enlarge Reduce, Witch Bolt, Ray of Sickness, Identify, Mage Armor, Featherfall, Comprehend Languages, Burning Hands for leveled spells. Well, not Burning Hands, acid flavored Burning Hands.
protection, attack, perhaps, or supporting your comrades? What would you prefer?
Supporting comrades sounds like it would help increase what I already do quite well.
About this. She moves her fingers in the air, and you see on the wood underneath you, in the carpet burns. It burns up very precisely in a very specific circular shape, so that you can see the floor, and you see etching onto the floor as she moves her finger.
As the rune is written, I actually turn my head to the side to perceive it properly.
She is inscribing a rune that seems to help with being hidden. That is invisibility.
Thank you. And do I need to take the time to copy it now, or can we say I've got it enough that I can take the time to put it in my spellbook later?
She snaps her fingers, and you can all see from across the room this blue energy being siphoned out of his the top of his head towards her, as the memory is now gone. And you see the wood floor, the little piece of bark gets free and starts floating upwards towards you.
What
Just
am I
a
gonna hit?
thin sheet of paper. You can take that with you.
Peanut butter.
What emotion would you attribute to you building sandcastles with your twin?
Happiness and nostalgia for things that can never be again, as things are. So, in one part sadness, but still 2 to 4 parts of happiness in there.
Yes. Your memories, although in this jumbled state, your mind is, you do feel as if your connection with her is slightly faded. The way that you felt her in your head before is ever so slightly shifting and lessening. And you're not sure where it will take, but that is as far as you know. For now. This is... And she wipes saliva off her mouth. It's been quite productive. You may stay for the night, and you do not need to worry about me. She looks up Vile. I'll be tending to my business. In there. She points her finger towards the room to the left. Go ahead.
Oh,
I know what you mean. No, never mind.
she brought up that
I don't
hold
want.
on, pull my notes.
She brought up what?
She
Sorry.
she brought up that the pesky adventure would be interesting to see, right?
Yes.
I would like to ask her if you're so curious to see where this leads. Do you have a way to keep an eye on me to
Oh,
see what I see?
I have many ways to do so, yes.
Hmm.
Do you wish me to?
Well, I assume that you don't get out very much.
I do not. Not in
And
the usual fashion.
I feel like it could do no harm for you to watch us in our endeavors.
Well, if I feel the need to, I will make sure to do so. But if you wish for it so badly, she pulls out of her robes a small doll. Take it with you, then. She hands it out to you. The doll
I kindly
barely
take
any
it.
hairs, beige color, very crude features, just circular head, spherical head, and tattered clothing. Very well. You may sleep in the living room. She waves her finger again. The mirrors and shoot back to the mirror behind her. And you hear above on the next room as Darren is already there, and you see the leaking from the ceiling stops. You may stay in there for tonight. Tomorrow continue your journey. Yes?
We appreciate your hospitality.
Of
Hospitality?
course. Yes, I appreciate your patronage. Now, go. I've had enough. The door slams open. She looks at Lila before they leave. Are you guys gonna do it? Are you gonna move or are you gonna stay?
I was gonna say.
I mean,
Alright.
I think I've looked uncomfortable and cease. I think I've looked uncomfortable and dreadful ever since Patui's second trade, and I
Mhm.
think I will just, without much of a fuss, sit down in like a corner of the room.
As you leave, she sticks her head out. They will be watching you. They are coming. Gerosa. Curious name. And she looks back at Patui. And of you?
Say that one more time, Dan. I'm sorry, I was fixing my Discord.
And of you?
No, I didn't. I needed the.
Yeah,
He's asking what you're
that's
doing
what she said.
and of you,
Yes.
because we've all left the room except for you, and she's told us to
Oh,
leave the room.
I was gonna ask her if she had any books for reading.
You are curious. I do not need books. I do not wish to part of mine. I wish for you to be out of my room. Please.
Okay.
Smiles.
As I'm walking out here, I'm gonna bump. I'm gonna be clearly angry walking past here.
Oh,
I'm gonna bump past Milo.
Darian, everything go all right? This place gives me the creeps.
I am not gonna acknowledge him, and I'm just gonna slam this door open and walk outside.
Okay. Vile? Huh.
You might be muted.
No. I was doing what I was doing.
Staring and walking away. He slowly walks towards Sad. Touches him on the shoulder. Notebook?
Yes.
Oh,
I stare at him with my bright light eyes. Have you
What?
seen any gum Arabic around?
Any what?
Never mind.
Okay. Interesting. I am confused. Everyone seems to be very distraught, and I am not comfortable.
Well,
Where are we staying?
get comfortable enough to sleep in, I believe, this room.
Okay. It's not gonna happen, but I can do my best.
Well,
Gobus, you can have this sofa. This way. I'll sleep on the carpet.
unlucky you, I have no way to help you.
That is fine.
At least on that front.
You just lay down and look at the ceiling. Scobus. I hope it was not too pricey. I could have paid for it if it was necessary.
I don't think you want to even meet our patron.
Alright.
I suggest you not, actually. Don't be rude if they try to contact you.
Thank you, Phoenix Girl. Good night.
But trust me, if you can avoid it, try not to deal with them.
Alright. I will trust your judgment. Slowly takes his way on the couch, chair, which is quite large. So he can quite literally just lay on it. He still puts, his bedroll on top of it because it looks disgusting. Yeah, so I hate to cut it, in between stuff, but
I do have something for next time. I can use it for next time.
Yeah,
But
if
yeah.
there are any quick conversations we want to have, I'm absolutely down. It's just I can't.
Yeah, no, I
We
Yeah, that's
can't
what I-
get into anything more deep.
yeah, it's
yeah,
just
mine
if
wouldn't be
anyone
deep.
wants
It's
to.
up to you.
I'm down. Go for it.
You good, Jay?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm always good.
Okay. As I'm out here, clearly seething with anger,
If
and looking at the cuts on my hands, the scars, I'm gonna turn and see Vile, like over the corner of my shoulder, and be like, "What do you want now?"
Well, you kind of walked off in anger. Just checking.
It would be wise of you to stay inside.
What is that?
I have a temper, and you are still not on my good side.
When we spar, get some anger out.
I don't think I'd hold back this time.
Then explain.
scars, these matter. Thinking about the history hurts, but it matters.
Wait,
You've seen war, you know.
he said the scars matter. You've seen war, you know. That was what you would have missed in that little dropout.
Yeah, I have. But, I've moved on. And I guess it's harder for you as your scars are more. You've seen more war than I have, that's for sure.
I wouldn't want you to see what I've seen. This is my burden, not yours.
Well, we're all here together. So we all got things to work on. I'll just kind of slowly walk away as I'm saying that. Like back inside.
As he walks away, I'll quietly say thank you. And then also, I'm setting up camp outside tonight.
You step outside and you feel the rain onto you. Starting to set up your own camp.
Yeah,
Does anyone else want?
No one else can feel it for you.
I'm going to take, and I'm going to gather the horses and tie them up in the trees and also make camp in the tree line. I was got to bring that up.
Yeah, that's fine.
Don't like the idea of staying the night in there as much as Milo.
Saying that
And
Kobos is in here, so I'm gonna stay inside.
As Notebook gathers, well, because I would have been gathering my horse, but as he
Yeah.
does the other ones, I'll give him a slight nod when he walks past me.
things are strange. It's even weirder knowing that I gave up a memory, but not knowing the exact memory. I think.
Just
You've
to
had quite the day,
clarify,
haven't you, Zed?
Yeah, I wasn't paying attention to the moon. There's been so much going on. I should have known and been ready for this.
He scurries up behind you, Darian, and goes up your shoulder, then jumps onto Zad, clings onto him.
Zad's doing like a modified thinker. He's got like his hand to his chin. Maybe messing with the scruff since he'd probably have scruff by now. We haven't shaved in a few days at least.
Yeah.
Uh,
Pete comes and fucking throws himself on you.
I'm gonna plop down here against the side of the house and have Reginald in my hand.
Alright.
Well, Pete, it's times like these I realize you don't eat, and I take out like a little
Oh, wait.
piece of
Yeah, you have Reginald.
rations, and
I just keep on my character.
and I feed the centipede instead.
Very well.
So you
Pete.
said the moon. Why must you keep track of the moon?
So I've never gotten quite. It's one of the things I tend to try and research at any library I come across. I'm not sure what it's tied to. Even the Torsarians don't quite know, but it does have to do with being Torsarian. It has to do with essentially the blight of being a twin of Torsarian blood. You're either gifted or you're dealing with issues. For me, for some reason, the moon seems to affect it, and it gets worse with the Fool.
Is that what happened out there?
Yes, it was. The feeling was as if it was trying to eat my memories, kind of similar to the hag, but much more malicious. Sorry, I didn't mean to say hag.
That's fine.
Got you. Fine.
uh, It really got to me this time. This is probably about the worst episode you could see. You've seen me at my worst, basically. I think. I hope, as far as I know, my worst. And the entire time, he's never quite looking you in the eye, not in a dishonest manner. Just he can't. There's a lot.
Is there anything I can do?
I mean, honestly, I'm not sure I want to do anything about it, because at the same time, with the madness comes a deeper connection, feeling of the connection with my lost one.
Seems we share a similar fate.
Yes, that's why I chose the memory I did, because I knew it should give me something strong to help the group. Uh, I'm sure of that. Don't
I
remember what
understand.
happened. It's
My question was just personal. Wouldn't mattered.
the,
My memories are
no,
what makes me strong still.
I
Keeping
mean,
them is what keeps me strong for this group to protect.
yeah, I feel we need to be careful with such things. Mine may have been the most selfish question, because information would be more important, really.
I think the druid handled that.
Kind of out of
All right.
character, DM question for you.
Mhm.
So my character lost the memory of why the staff would be super important to me. But that
Yes.
doesn't mean everybody else doesn't know the reason why, right?
Did you tell them about it? I assume you did. Yeah.
He
When
has
I
mentioned
first-
it.
Yeah,
I
you tell.
can't
Yeah.
say that for sure.
Yeah, then they would know.
Okay, I was just curious. I didn't know if it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's not lost for them.
But it. All right, I'll leave it alone.
Yeah, telling somebody why something's
Yeah.
important is not the same.
I mean,
Yes.
even if we could,
Well,
even if we were to recount it to him, it's not like he would have the memory back.
Yeah, because the
that-
memory comes with the emotion. The emotion is the important thing to remember here.
That, and if my theory is correct, it is not that simple to get around such a deal.
Yes.
Like,
No,
it just
I'm not
wouldn't.
talking about
It
that.
just, it just wouldn't work. Is what I'm
I'm
saying.
not trying to get around. I'm not trying to get around the.
I know. I'm just stating.
Yeah.
I'm saying, as a member of the party, if Patooey for some reason tries to sell his staff to somebody, I would assume that one of
Party
the
would know.
members would say, be like, "Hey, you probably shouldn't do that."
I mean,
It's
depends on how
really
you do it.
important to you.
Yeah, that'll depend
Situationals.
situation.
I'm gonna be honest. I almost asked for money. Like straight up, I almost asked, "How much money is it worth?" Like, more spellcasting materials might be. It was pretty high. I thought it was thought about during this process. But anyway, I went with a new spell instead. It seemed more appropriate.
Hey man, I had the most selfless questions.
I mean,
Alright, do you want to continue the interaction?
yes. If you have anything else, Darian.
I think I lost the thread on the thing. I'm good. You?
Yeah. Any more questions? Or if you just need to talk. I know I'm not the only broken one in this group.
Hmm.
I'm just the most obvious. Well, that may not be so true.
You think that? You haven't looked
Cut
around.
to Lila playing with puppets in the corner.
In another land, I'm the most obvious.
I actually would like to go up to Lila.
Yeah, I am. I'm not so much playing
Alright.
with the puppets as I am just staring at them.
I do want to say one thing to Zed.
Mhm.
I want to know more about your problems. I will help you through them if I can, but maybe not tonight.
Well, I'm happy to explain. Working through them may take more than a counseling session, or two, or many.
I'm gonna crack my knuckles and maybe a sparring session would help you.
I'm willing to try, but I'm sure I'm getting the black eye. I didn't mean to rhyme that.
I would actually like to pull both Vile and Lila aside.
Vile,
Yeah.
would you be? Yeah, it's up to you.
Yeah, it's up to you if you join or not.
Yeah, sure. I guess I'll walk over.
So I look over to Vile and Lila. So it seems like we're able to put a little bit more of a, I can't say face, but body to the thing that you sensed in the past, Vile. And Lila, I don't know if you've absolutely seen it before, but now we have a clear image of what it is that haunts you.
I guess now is as good of a time as any to ask this question, Jay.
Mm-hmm.
I, of course, have been bouncing back and forth to a theory for several sessions now, and I don't want to meta it, so I don't know how in character it is.
Do go on.
So with of course, now being either the second or third time that kin has been brought up in connection to all of this.
Mm-hmm.
And you did describe that in the mirror, there was the draconic me.
Yes.
How easily concludable is it that this is potentially some ancient dragon?
Hmm.
Well, I mean,
Give
I
me.
kind of had a question DM wise about that.
Hold on.
Because this is not something I intend to like bring up. Just for like a theory.
I would say, if we want to make sure that this is in character,
Mhm.
with everything that has been said so far, I would give you a history check with advantage.
All right, history check with advantage.
I would actually like to do that as well if you give me a moment.
What do you wish for?
Just
Great, but with advantage, I can't scroll out. Zoom out.
just to make sure I remember the description right. You describe this thing with wings and
Yes.
red eyes.
It's pretty good.
Wings, red eyes. What else?
Holding two daggers or something like that.
Holding
two swords.
Well, that was
two
separate.
blades.
But yes.
Yeah,
Holding two blades.
Yeah, on the shadow that was behind her.
Okay.
Lila.
And then-
That was for your second question.
Give me a moment. Fucking push the button. Give me a moment. I'll roll my history as well.
What do you want a history for?
I've been kind of put.
Oh, you're cutting out.
You're cutting in and out because
I
I pushed to talk.
Just
I hit push to talk. I've been putting in two and two over the last couple sessions in character wise. That this thing is I'm assuming dragon related or of dragon. What's the word? Dragon-esque is even what I put in my notes. So I was gonna ask if there was a way I could roll to see if there's any. What would it be if I have any knowledge of dragon bloodlines still being around?
All right.
Or if what this thing is that I've been hearing and somewhat seeing if it is of dragon descent.
Did I share that I knew that it was a form of draconic? I'm not saying I didn't. I'm just wondering if I specifically
You did not.
I don't think you did.
I'm fine with us retconning that I did. That's not an issue for me. I just keep
No,
that in mind for the future.
I'm not operating off of that knowledge. I'm operating off the fact that
Yeah, you're
Kin is, of
on.
course, the dragon fucker.
Oh, never mind.
Um,
I
with your
apparently meant.
23, I believe,
You said with advantage, right?
you, for that, I'd say you make me a intelligence check.
I, if you recall, Squig, dedicated pretty much all my library research time to this.
I was right there with you. Remember?
You were across the library.
What is the
Oh
knowledge?
wait, no, I was on the other side of the library. Yeah.
What is the knowledge that Lila has of Kin currently?
Well, I mean, that's the other question, right? Is how far can we get into it with what I would have learned historically?
Well, did you search it up yourself in the library, or did you hear from anyone else?
I did
Or
not overtly research Kin themselves.
did she get mentioned?
Yes, she did. Here, I'm going back to my notes for session 10. You specifically, at session 8, that's the problem why I can't spot it, is it was noted that the forge was a gift from Kin to Blixtor, and that the books allege that she brought the soul that the fire genasi tend.
Okay,
Is that without
I
advantage?
take
you said?
extensive notes, Jay.
without advantage. It's good. That is really good. I am proud.
That's a 16.
With your 23, the knowledge that you can gather from Kin currently, from your various different types of educations that you went through, you do know the usual tales that aren't very difficult to learn of her deeds, of when she fell upon the planet, upon Otha, and brought her wrath to the primordial dragons. As one by one they fell by her bow. And I believe I gave a description before, but it was for a different character. The various different descriptions go from ears that pierce the skies, eyes that shine bright with the light of the stars, skin of purplish, bluish tint, with various different constellations adorned onto her skin, face, arms, shoulders, and her legendary bow that fell many primordial dragons. And with this knowledge, you're not certain as to how connected it is, but you did know of little glimpses of her tales after, and how she absorbed the power of the primordial dragons within her with each kill. Each part of the hunt, she grew stronger. The power is seemingly modified. But another description that you saw was also of a haloed Kin. And that is quite curious for many reasons, as halos are specific to angel-like entities. But in many of the recordings, she is very much not one. She is even believed to be a deity herself still to this day, one that the elves pray to. As for the connection, because she absorbed them, that might be a connection that you may make. But you're not sure as to whether this directly connect to her and Blixtor, but the implication is there.
Jesus Christ, that was my doorbell. It's fucking 6:30 in the morning.
Yeah, we should definitely wrap this up.
All right. So, sorry, that kind of interrupted the conversation that was about to start. It was
It's
just
fine.
something I needed to get out of the way.
Yep. Go ahead. Also, Patui, intelligence check for, remind me again,
It was 16.
for, what were you trying to determine?
Oh, if it's dragon related, or if I would know that there is any type of possibility of there still being dragon bloodline, dragon-esque type bloodline. Like I don't even know if dragonborn are a thing in your world or not. So,
You do-
player wise, I don't know.
You do know that Dragonborns are a thing. You didn't meet a Dragonborn.
Oh yeah, sorry. Well then, yeah, I'd be wondering if there's any more along the lines of pure blood, like dragon bloodlines.
You do know of certain cultures far to the northwest. These, I believe, Kitatil was the name of the floating islands.
Can you check that out for me?
What you know of those would be that they are the floating islands of Kitatil, where another primordial dragon was felled by kin. One that whose very essence could move gravity, the earth itself, uncontrollably. And when it was felled, the land around rose from the oceans, from the mountains. And that is where what you know to be half-dragons live. You do believe there is draconic connection here, as there are very specific features, as of the horns, the wings, the fiery red focus. But you're unsure as to anything else. I suppose there's not much to be given there.
Cool, thank you.
Yep. Now to wrap this up, any last words for this specific interaction?
For now, I'm good.
Let's get some well-deserved rest, lads and lady. I'm gonna take a full night's rest. By the way, I'm not
Stare
gonna be
almost
tired.
completely blankly at you.
Know what I order.
Alright. And as the night comes to a close, you find your various different places. If you decide to lay your own bedroll and adjust yourself in a corner of the room as the door shut. And this night is over, with whatever consequences to your choices may come, however drastic they may be. We shall address them and see them through the next episode. Feels weird saying that. Next session. Ugh.
On the next
In
episode.
the next episode.
SotVD.
Ugh. This feels disgusting. Anyways.
Darian decided to fight the hag.
I'm gonna
Everyone.
punch it.
Punch your ugly teeth. Alright. So, Mats, get out of here. Go. You need
Yep, thank you.
Good
Good night, Mats.
Good night,
Good night,
Mats.
Mats.
Bye. I am
Alright.
going to
So,
address
real quick, out of curiosity,
Hold up, hold up.
Does the decanter of endless water exist in your world?
Oh my.
Perhaps.
I also have a question.
Yes.
I am looking for a heartstring
Yes.
bow. Are those here?
A what string bow?
A heartstring?
He wants to be Cupid.
A heart
Hell yeah.
string.
Are you gonna wear a diaper?
Yes.
Oh.
He said yes as soon as I said diaper.
I'm confused as to what exactly you want. So, a lot of things.
I think
Oh.
I believe it was a dragon heartstring bow.
Oh, heart string bow.
Yeah.
Is that a magical item you want?
Something I'm looking for. I kind of, yeah. Is this in this world? Somewhere I can find something?
I'll look through the magical item list, but it might be.
Okay.
There's a lot of magical items. But yeah, let me address stream, and I will be back with you guys soon.
Yep.
Yeah. We can hang out and
I'm
talk as
actually-
we please.
Yeah, and I'm gonna just head out. Good night, everyone.
Alright, good
Alright,
night.
man.
Thanks,
Yeah,
thanks for that
Alright.
game.
Thanks for the
Heck
word.
yeah, man.
Alright, chat. Thank you for the reminder. That is very helpful. Hi, chat. Hey, everyone. So, what I need to do now as a streamer is, if you enjoyed what you wait, why am I so bad at this? There we go. If you enjoyed the stream, please do leave a follow. Oh, and for the people watching on YouTube, I thank you very much. And subscribe, all that stuff, good stuff. If you want to, see more, that's the wrong thing. It's in the description or whatever that stuff is. See you guys in the next session.